All right. Welcome to the Indie Corner After Dark, where we not only talk about all things independent comics, but everything comics. I'm Mikey.
I'm Seamus.
And today, people, we're back at another episode of Indie Corner After Dark, episode number 50. Seamus, we made it to 50. This is a milestone episode.
I
know, right? It's like we got. No, it's just we didn't mean it to be this way, but
we couldn't have done Spider Noir first. That would have been a fun fit.
I know, but listen, I want to talk about this, and our lovely guests want to talk about this. But again, people are doing a Devil May Cry season 2 review, so we're back to Devil May Cry again. We went through it, we survived, and we have our lovely guest Roun from the Zion, the Zion Shadow Cam, the Zion Network fam, also one of the hosts of the This Is the End podcast on the Zion Network. Roun, thanks for joining us again, bro. I know it's been a minute, but thanks for coming back. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, man. I'm happy to be here. Happy to talk about the new season of Devil May Cry, the Netflix Adi Shankar version. So yeah, I'm excited to get started.
Yeah, ours was a lot of fun the last time we did season 1. It was a good conversation. Us, because obviously, just to let people know, we're experienced. We played the games, so we're harsh critics of this material. So if you haven't watched, or if you want to know our thoughts on the first season, I'll probably put a link in the little corner, or just go on the After Dark playlist, and the Devil May Cry season 1 podcast should be listed on there. But yeah, so we're doing this. We're back again. And the thing is, it's kind of a little thing. We'll try a little different because someone wanted to boycott this show. And it is the non-melanated one.
It's not a boycott if I just don't fucking like the thing. It's a boycott. Like I'm not doing it for any kind of spiritual or any kind of political reason. I just don't fucking like. It's like saying I'm gonna boycott I don't know fucking Tom King books for now. I just don't like them.
All right, well, for my entertainment, I'm gonna say you boycott it.
You can call it a boycott, but I'm letting everyone know I'm not calling it a boycott. So that way, I don't sound like an asshole saying I'm boycotting something when there's a boycott actually happening that just ended.
Well, just for context, people, Seamus didn't want to watch the second season. However, I was nudging him to do so because me and Ro were talking behind the scenes while the show was happening, and we were giving our thoughts. They were like, "Listen, maybe you should check it out, and maybe you might change your mind a little bit." Seamus, do you want to reveal how many episodes you have watched?
1. I watched the first one, and then I turned on the second one, and that was it for me. I couldn't do any more because I was because you know what, you also set me up because you said it was gonna be. It was no, I swear this one's better. And then I started watching it, and it was the same exact shit as the end of the last season. And I was like, this is the same show. What the fuck?
Oh, okay. Well, but you had a good idea, though, where you said, though, just like you, Roun, and Storm, who's going to join us later, just to spark notes into me, because I want to know the entire season through your eye, through your perspectives. It's more palatable for me, which I was like, what, that's fine. I think that's fun. That's what we're doing. So it's gonna be a review, but also a whole synopsis for Seamus. We'll just get right into it. Just Roun, since you're the guest, we'll let you go first. Well, give us your overall thoughts of the show, just real quick, just non-spoiler. What are your general thoughts of this season, as a whole?
Okay, yeah. So spoiler-free thoughts. I think it was a marked improvement over season 1. I had a lot of issues with season 1. I feel like season 1 tried to shoehorn in a lot of external concepts. It's really Adi Shankar trying to put his own spin on things. For season 2, I think he really he dialed that back quite a bit, and he tried to focus a bit more on some established DMC lore. This maintains its its position as being not canon to the games. It's its own universe, it's its own thing. So he definitely put his own spin on it, but it was still much more in line with the games, with a true DMC story in terms of tone. And I think a lot of stuff that really annoyed me about season 1, he walked back. He walked them back at times a bit slower than I would have liked. But overall, I think it was a good season. I think if you are not a super diehard DMC fan, you can watch this and have a great time. You can really enjoy it. If you are a diehard DMC fan, there are still things that will piss you off. Yeah. But for the most part, objectively, I think it's a good show. I think if I had to rate it out of 10, I'd give it maybe a solid 7, maybe a 7.5.
Yeah.
It's good. I think it's worth watching, even if you're a DMC fan.
Yeah.
And if you're not a DMC fan, definitely give it a watch.
Mm-hmm. But I'll say that I'm pretty much in the same boat as you. I mean, well, I'll just put on a quick side because going into this, we kind of really knew like what they were gonna base this season off of, because season 1 was more based off of like the elements of like the DMC3 manga, because the White Rabbit was a villain in that. This one was gonna be more focused on, I'll put it on the screen real quick, on DMC2, which for people who have played Devil May Cry is the worst Devil May Cry game out of the entire series. This game is garbage.
Hot garbage.
Why the fuck is Vergil there then?
No, what happened?
I said, why is Vergil in the season if it's DMC2?
Well, like that's the thing, Seamus. Like that's the thing with like it's.
Look at you! Look at you scrambling to defend Adi Shankar right now.
I'm not scrambling to defend this man. I'm just trying to say like it's a remix. It's kind of a remix of it.
Yeah,
like
but
said, it's not. It's not really its own. It's not based off like it's not going off of the game. It's trying to do its own thing. So like it's taking a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and seeing what happens. But DMC2 for the people is a terrible game. It's awful. I played through it. I don't remember what happens in it. I literally just put it locked in the vault and threw away the key.
I was gonna say DMC2 is funny because it's so bad, not because it's like actively bad, but just because the controls suck and it's so boring.
Yeah,
like it's such a weird game because like it's not. Whenever I play it, I'm not like, wow, this is genuinely terrible. It's just like, oh, this is the most boring game I've ever had to play in my life. It's weird.
Absolutely sauceless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like out of all of the games in the franchise, like it's the waste man of the franchise. I don't know what the Bayesian equivalent of that word is, Rowan. I don't know what the Bayesian equivalent to waste man is, but it's the waste man of the DLC.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I knew that they're adapting that. If they're adapting this game, like the bar is already low because we already have like abysmal expectations of that game. So, but yeah, like what Rowan said, I think it's pretty solid. Definitely better than the first one. There are less gripes I have with this season than I did the first one. We'll go into it in detail when we do the spoilery section. But it felt a little bit more like the DMC that I'm used to, obviously with some added changes that I think work to its benefit. In terms of but from what it carried on with like things I liked from the last season, animation is top tier, fights are top tier. It's definitely very entertaining throughout. And yeah, I'd also give it like a 7.5 range. Like it's pretty solid. I definitely had a much more fun time with this one than the last one. But we'll go into it. I remember me and Ron were saying before, like while we were watching the show, that there is a moment where you can tell the show kind of peaked and it kind of like plateaued when it kind of like plateaus a little bit when after it peaks. But we'll get into it. But yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna just we're just going.
I don't get the same piece. I don't get my piece.
Okay, what are your overall thoughts on episode 1, Seamus?
Yeah, tell us about episode 1, Seamus, please.
I can give my overall thoughts on the show based off the 2 episodes I watched. I can say that.
Yeah. No, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay, I want to talk about Absolute Batman. I want to talk about Absolute Batman, and you'll see where I'm going with this in a minute. You'll see where I'm going with this in a second, because it actually makes a lot of sense. You know how Absolute Batman just had that really big twist we were talking about? That was absolutely crazy, and seemed like it was stepping very far outside of the established lore of Batman and what you can really do with Batman. Mm-hmm. Wasn't that cool?
Yeah.
Wasn't that cool? Because it had a very thematically cohesive element to it, which was specifically aimed at changing Bruce's character to have a character arc that made sense and was interesting to read. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, we're following you.
So my issue with the Devil May Cry anime so far is, and I don't like to use this term at all. I find using terms like these completely reductive, but here it might be the most apt use of it. This is an anime made by LARPers. This is an anime made by dudes.
Oh, Seamus. I think Adi Shankar spiking your computer, bro. The audio.
Listen, he can fucking try to spike my computer all he wants. My issue is that he hasn't played the fucking game still. And in these first 2 episodes, from what I saw, I was like, okay, this dude is making this. Whoever's writing this is making this from like memes that they collected and stuff they've seen online, and it's all a jumble where they haven't actually played the game, so they don't actually know what these characters are doing. And what you get out of that at the very end is like a very, very generic anime series that just has like a Devil May Cry coat of paint on it. And to me, that's like the most insulting thing you could do to Devil May Cry, because like I was just talking about with Absolute Batman, Scott Snyder knows Batman intimately, so he's able to change stuff so far outside of what you expect that you're like, wait, that's so crazy. What are you doing? And then when you read the issue, you're like, oh, I see how this ties into Batman as a character. I see how it weaves into the type of character Scott Snyder's trying to create with Bruce. But with Devil May Cry, it almost certainly feels like Adi Shankar is just like, and then this meme happens. You guys remember the you guys know the plastic chair meme? You know the plastic chair that's not even in the fucking video game? You know the one that everyone edited in as a joke 2 years ago? Hey, I'm putting that in there. Like, dude, how about we focus on writing some good characters first? How about we focus on writing a cohesive story first? What are we doing putting these memes in and going, oh, I'm spending all this budget on, like, we're going to get Papa Roach to do an original song. And Evanescence said, dude, spend some money on some writers. Spend some money on buying the games and playing them. What are we doing? Because in the first 2 episodes I watched, Dante was already being mischaracterized. I felt like there was like 3 different lore things that I was like, whoa, like why the fuck is Vergil just working for Mundus willingly? And it's all, you know what I mean? Because I would accept Vergil working for Mundus if there was like a character arc that he was trying to pull off with Vergil, that I'd be like, whoa, he's trying to flip Vergil's motivation. Vergil always wanted power for himself, but now he's working for Mundus, and maybe eventually he'll break free. You know, him working for Mundus maybe then leads to him realizing that power alone is, you know what I mean, shit like that. But no, it's literally just like he's Mundus's lapdog, and then you'll get like a second where you might see a character arc where he might do like a and then no, and then no, and then no. So like I think my issue at a base level with this whole show is not that it changes stuff, but that it just simply doesn't want to tell a good story. It doesn't care for telling a story that's cohesive or interesting. It just cares about like throwing the memes at you and then giving you a cool fight scene. But the issue with the fight scenes is like, if they have no story behind them, then they don't really have any weight. And then they're just like cool, like YouTube Flash animations. Like I could go watch those old stick figure videos and be like, wow, that's so cool. And it would be way cooler than watching any of this shit, because he's making these poor animators animate this shit with no story. You know what I mean? He's making the Devil May Cry anime like the MCU movies, where they're like, cool, we have 3 set pieces, we have 8 memes we have to fit into this season. Let's just start animating it, and then we'll get the script out later. And so to me, that's why I felt like this season wasn't worth my time, and that's partially why I fell off at episode 2. It's because none of the arcs or none of the setup grabbed me in a way that made me care about characters I already care about, which I think is the most insane part. So that's all I wanted to say about the first 2 episodes I watched. It was ridiculous, and that's why I fell off like halfway through episode 2, because I just wasn't grabbed by anything that was written.
So you didn't even finish episode 2, you just watched half of it.
I watched like half of it, and I was like, nothing is grabbing me. None of this is remotely interesting. All of this just feels like trite and made up. It doesn't feel like he's actually like trying to build towards a story or anything.
Wow. Okay. So there's that.
Can I add something to that before we get into delving deeper?
Yeah.
So I think so Seamus, first of all, foreshadowing, we're going to get back to some stuff that you covered there in a bit. But I think one of the issues that Seamus may be having, and something that I feel is going to be the reason why this doesn't land with a lot of Devil May Cry fans, is that DMC specifically has a lot of like really strong lore, and a lot of that lore is inferred. And I think a lot of fans were happy to get a show where we could see a lot of the stuff play out that the game just infers. And I think this anime, like as a whole, or sorry, this animated series as a whole, has been a missed opportunity, because in making it its own thing, its own canon that Adi Shankar just made up, pull up his ass. It robs. It doesn't rob fans, but it doesn't give fans what they really want, which is to see a lot of the untold, just inferred DMC story play out on screen. Comparing what you could have gotten to what you did get. And if you do that, the Adi Shankar show will never be satisfied.
That's actually a really good point as well. No, I agree with both of you. I can't rebuttal that. I can't, like you're right.
Yeah. But but if you take it on its own, on its own merit, it definitely has strong bits to it.
It does, yeah.
And it addresses some of the stuff that Seamus just complained.
I know, like you went like.
I don't care. I don't care because I bet you it's addressed in such a quick way that it doesn't matter. It's addressed in such a quick way that they move on, and then you're going to get a third season where you're going to have the same flaws, the same issues. It's just now you're going to be seeing stuff from DMC3, and Mikey's going to fucking blow a load all over the screen because he's going to see the Temini grew, and he's going to be like, oh, and then we're going to be like, oh, Mikey, I can't do a season 3 review. Please shoot me in the head. I see it in next year. I can feel it. I'm going to have to do another one of these. I'm going to be 26. I'm going to kill myself before that happens.
Well, we'll see. I don't know if we'll do another one, but it's just we'll see. But yeah, no, there's a lot, but we'll talk about because there's a lot of stuff that you foreshadowed that were just like, I think.
I don't care how it works out. You could say that Vergil fucking becomes Vergil from the games, and I'll still be like, cool. He's still trapped in a show written by a Chud.
He's still trapped in
the Chud show. I'm not watching the Chud show.
Oh man. All right. So we'll just move on real quick. Just get right into it. But so we'll just go into spoilers real quick. Again, if you haven't seen the show, go on Netflix. If you don't have Netflix, there are other means to go and watch this show. I cannot say it on camera.
Don't even bother pirating this. Go fucking watch an Absolute Universe this weekend. Go watch The Backrooms. Go watch Obsession. There's so much good shit you could be watching. Fucking, there's 80 anime that are airing right now that are fucking worth it. Go play the games. Go play Devil May Cry. They're like $10 each. Come on.
All right, so we'll go into spoilers real quick. And 3, 2, 1. All right, let me drop the clues bomb right quick just to indicate. All right, spoilers. All right, so
is this where you're gonna sit me down and walk me through the rest of the show and then be
no. We're as I said, I already ran through what the plan off camera. We're gonna go through dislikes first, just to get it out of the way. So we'll just go into what we disliked right quick. Real quick. I realized I had slides. I just totally forgot to put them on. But so we'll just go on dislikes real quick. All right. So I'll off rip. The biggest problem that I have with the show, it was the same biggest problem that I had with season 1 as well. Is this, and I think Seamus would agree. Like the Dark-Com shit. Like the Dark-Com shit is ham-fisted, especially in the first half of the show. I couldn't do it. It takes me out of it. I think it's stupid. I think the whole American colonialist kind of themes and metaphors. I just don't think it's neat. I don't think it's needed at all. I'm not saying that the stuff involving Makai, the demon world, and the dynamics of the demon world, that I thought was fine, especially when they explored more of that. But just the Dark-Com stuff, the colonialist project shit, the whole it drove me nuts. And one of the only things I'm optimistic about with next season that it appears to be they're gonna step away from that shit. And it's I wish you stepped away from this shit way earlier. So
absolutely.
Or just not have it at all.
Mikey, this is what I was. This is the Dark-Com shit in the DMC anime is the same as racism in Spider Noir, where I was like, dude, no, you see what I'm saying now, though, right? Where it's you see what I'm saying? Where it's it's like I know who's on this writing staff, and I do not want to see them make an attempt at trying to do any kind of thematic commentary because, like, it's like, oh, cool, I get to hear Adi Shankar's thoughts on the U.S. colonialism throughout history. Like, no thanks, dude. Like, that guy, we talked about it last episode. That guy was at the White House shaking hands with Trump. I don't think he knows how to criticize the U.S. government or the colonial world state. Like, yeah, sorry.
It seems
and the fact that he made it like Chud military too, where it's like cool. Like he's like, oh, the U.S. is like a colonial apparatus, but also it looks really fucking cool, doesn't it? And you're like, no,
yeah.
Why would you make it look cool?
Like it's wild. It seems very tone deaf. Like it's because the fact that it's like, oh, like yeah, the U.S. colonialism and like, you know, Mackay is like a colonial settler project, and it's like, why do we need this shit? Like there's no need for this. Yeah. And because of like what we know about Adi Shankar's, like, you know, political, like apparent political background, it just seems so toned up, like a slap in the face. Like into like, you know, to those themes, because those are cool themes to be addressed. I don't know if it needs to be addressed here, but like it just doesn't seem right, bro. And it's very chuddy. They do there are moments, and Rowan can attest to this, where they kind of focus on a few of the soldiers to get some of their insights on like the war and all that stuff. And it's just like, I'm just waiting for Vergil to kill these niggas. I'm just waiting for it, because I'm just like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
and it's not, again, back to the absolute Batman thing. Like, doing a crazy swing like that it's not like you can't do that, but like just knowing who's working on it, it's like, no, I don't, you know what I mean? It would be like, Mikey, if you were it would be like if it was like if they announced that they're doing a Martin Luther King biopic, but it's directed by Chris Nolan. And you're like, okay, okay, I like Chris Nolan, but like, is that really the guy to be doing that one? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's the same thing here, where you're okay, I like the idea of doing like a commentary on U.S. colonialism and using like demons as stand-ins for refugees, but like, I know who's writing it. And I know that he's going to throw those themes out the window to get a cool fight scene. Because, like, oh, demons are refugees, except for these really strong ones who they have to kill because they're evil. But they're not refugees. They're just strong and evil. And it's like, okay, so, like, am I supposed to follow the theme and assume that those demons are, like, terrorist demons? Who are, like, what am I supposed to think here? Because now the theme is all muddled up by the fact that you wanted to turn it off at a point. You know? And like the first 2 episodes of the season 2, it was like he was like, let's jump full force back into Darkcon stuff, and I was like, no!
That definitely threw me off. What also annoys me, I don't know if you were done, Mikey, but this kind of ties in.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I'll just share it now. What kind of annoys me is that.
Wait, Road. Sorry, the audio kind of like cut all over it. Say what you were gonna say.
Oh, sorry.
You were cooking. I know you were cooking.
Yeah. So there are points where they like genuinely try to do some kind of social commentary. So they will go on about like Vergil will question Dante and on why he defends the humans and why he's like happy killing demons, but he gets like real mad when Vergil kills humans. And he'll talk about like the difference between Mundus, and like the US president, and they make those comparisons. So they like try to get you to think more deeply about the conflict, and then in like 10 minutes they just hand wave it away. Like, okay, we're back fighting now.
We're back fighting now.
Learned nothing. Yep.
They want you to make. They want to like showcase how like, oh, this issue matters. This is important. We need to address it, and it just gets waved away, and it's okay. Like, clearly y'all don't give a shit. I also want to try to make a quick statement just to have that shit in there, and then just move on. Shout out to my boy Kayshawn Henry, dope artist. He was like, I agree with Seamus. It's color. It's color, not it's not color. It's culture.
Exactly.
Washington.
Like Adi Shankar being like cozied up to Republicans means that he doesn't have the world experience to like criticize Republicans. That, you know what I mean? Like, he's hanging out with them. He still thinks they're chill. He's just like, oh, they might have some issues, but like, I'll still hang out with. And you're like, no, dude, you obviously haven't like been on the receiving end of like how evil those people can be. You know what I mean? And then like, I was gonna say, you know what's funny is like, it's funny that the fucking Ninja Theory Devil May Cry reboot had a better thematic idea for what demons should represent than the fucking anime. Because like, oh, the demons representing like a blood-sucking, rich capitalist upper class is far more interesting than like the demons representing refugees and like the U.S. wanting to like kill demons because they're trying to live here peacefully, but then throwing that out the window because Dante needs a cool demon to fight at the you know what I mean, throughout the season, and you're okay. So like the demons are refugees, but Mundus is like Hitler, like so like we hate refugees and Hitler, or we like the like you know what I mean, and it just falls apart so quickly.
They literally draw parallels between like the U.S. government and Mundus, who they also portray as like Satan.
I was like, Satan, yeah.
But they do it in such a way as to show that like the U.S. government is evil. They just do it in such a way to show you that maybe Satan isn't so bad a guy. So that is genuinely hilarious. Like that's their social comment.
And that's what I'm saying. Like
U.S. government is evil,
like
but also maybe evil isn't so bad. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a very childish worldview where it's like, well, I think everyone on both sides is actually evil. When it's like, yeah, sure, you could say
one person's the king of hell. Yeah,
and it's like, yeah, you could say everyone's like, I think you could be more nuanced and say, hey, I think everyone's a little complicit in evil, but like, there's definitely like a much more evil side to this thing than like another. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely think that.
And especially because, like, at the end, like, where Rowan was saying, oh, like, you know, maybe Satan is not so bad, maybe evil's not so bad, but then, like, at the end, like, the last episode, like, oh, no, but he is still evil, though. Like, he's still bad.
He's mad evil. He's mad evil, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like...
Yeah, and then you're like, so then what's the point of, like, trying to pit these two against each other when they're both evil, and then... But you're going to try to say one's less evil, but then the other's not that evil, and you're not really doing anything... Yeah, exactly. It's like that there's very fine people on both sides bit where you're like, no, that's not at all what's going on. That's like what a child thinks. Like no, this is...
Hold on real quick. K-Shawn is saying, he's like, yeah, this season was super tone deaf, not gonna lie. I'm no longer sacrificing good storytelling for clever clips and amazing fights. It's not worth it.
Exactly, Mikey. Hire some fucking writers. It's just been the same two dudes this entire time writing it. One of them's Adi Shankar, and the other's like his yes man who just goes, yes, sir. I'll put in the plastic chair meme, sir.
I would really like it if someone on the writing team would play the games. I think one thing that Seamus hit on the head is that everyone who is writing the show just lives on r/Devil May Cry. These dudes have not played the game. I made a joke in one of my Discord servers about how Adi Shankar has certainly never played a DMC game, and a friend of mine was like,
I don't think he knows how to like. I don't think he knows how to read. Like I don't think Adi Shankar's like literally.
Wait, guys, just stop real quick. Storm finally showed up.
Hello.
Yeah.
Thanks you for showing up. You know, I was worried.
Mr. Like, Nixon Fours here.
Yeah, Nixon, bro.
Yes, sir.
I thought this man was celebrating all day. I was like, I won't blame.
Oh my god, dude! Did you see that they like shut down outside Madison Square Garden?
Yeah. Did you see Ray's out there for a fucking Phoebe Bridgers concert, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the Knicks are playing. The Knicks are playing. Get out of there!"
Yeah, man. But yeah, Storm, thank you for showing up. Appreciate you. Just real quick, you kind of came at the right time. What were your overall thoughts? Just like real quick, we're in spoilers now, but like, what were your overall thoughts of the show as a whole? If you want to like give your brief thoughts.
I thought it was okay. I will say that they always they always do really good with the music.
Yeah.
And I gotta agree with I don't know how to. I'm sorry. I don't know how to say your name. Roun.
It's Roun.
I agree with you that it doesn't seem like he played a single game, and even one of my other friends said this. It's like someone. It's like he saw all the DMC5 memes and then just decided to make a show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 100%.
So yeah. So thank you, Storm. We were shitting on Darkholm for like 20 minutes.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. Do you hate Darkholm? Are you anti Darkholm? Yeah.
Am I a Trump supporter?
Exactly, Storm. I was just that's
bars, nigga. You know nothing about that.
Amazing. That's all I have to say. Amazing. Nothing else.
Oh.
Nothing else. Amazing Storm.
No notes.
I cannot believe this show was Kevin Conroy's last performance. That is a fucking
Yeah, that's also really depressing.
He
evil.
He didn't voice the shady character again this time. Yeah, like he already long passed. He probably got somebody else.
Yeah, I think it was someone else.
Yeah, it was. They switched him out. He was in season 1, but I'm still saying the fact that the show as a whole is Kevin Conroy's last performance.
Yeah.
That makes me so sad.
Yeah.
Awful.
So other than the Darkcom stuff, one thing that also I did not like, I didn't think the outside of Arius, like the whole like big bad threat, you know, the villain. I forget the demon, the Satan that's above Satan that shows up. I didn't think it was all that great. Like I was like, you know, like it's
Argus Axe was definitely a big miss.
Yeah, I just did not give a shit. Well, he was in DMC 2. Mind you, remember I have memory loss from DMC 2, so I don't remember.
Yeah, he's the second last boss of DMC 2.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not even the last boss. He's second last.
Yeah. Okay.
That shows you where we're at in this show.
But yeah, yes.
Can I say I dislike the show as a whole? Is that like an option?
I mean,
to say
we already know this, Seamus. Like you started off being like, yo, like.
Can I just say put that in dislikes, like the show?
Yeah, like this whole show.
I also really hate that Dante's character arc is either not evolving or evolving so painfully slowly.
Yeah,
I don't think he's growing as fast as I would like.
Yeah, it's. I mean, there is a significant change. I mean, we'll go into when we talk about, you know, Dante in particular, but like, I wish it just happened so much earlier. I was like, come on, guys, like let's move along, like let's keep it going. Storm, what about you? Anything else you disliked about this season at all?
Well, technically, I mean, it depends on if they go this route, which I really hope they don't. We're in spoilers now, right?
Of course, yeah, go on.
Yeah, we're in spoilers, yeah.
Since obviously Dante and Lady do it, I don't know what you allow on here.
That's
no, bro, I don't give a fuck.
That's disgusting.
Right,
they did that.
Yeah.
I hope they don't.
They did that.
They did that. Yeah,
I hope
It's
they
disgusting.
don't go the route of making Nero.
Oh no!
I hope they don't go the route.
I didn't even think of that. That would
Stop
be
it! Don't do that!
disgusting.
Don't do that! Don't tell me that.
That's my
No.
like worst nightmares. That's what they do.
If they do that, I'm gonna quit the show. I will not watch the DMC where
I
Nero is
really
the
fucked up
kid.
James.
I will be
No,
pissed.
stop that! That's totally what they're doing because that's exactly what that's. Because remember when fucking Adi Shankar cast Johnny Yong Bosch and he's like, no, wait, there's a reason you're gonna play Dante.
Oh
That's
god!
exactly what they're doing.
Jeez.
That's exactly what they're doing, dude.
Oh,
Fuck, dude.
If they do it, I'm done. I'm
It's
done.
like I'm watching both
that
towers
would be the
fall
last
right
straw.
now.
that's gross. All right, so I mean we'll probably say some more stuff throughout the course of the whole thing. But yeah, real quick, so now we'll just go into positives if we can muster any. Storm, that's nasty, bro. Why the fuck would you? Oh my god.
Yeah, I hated that.
No, that's perfectly
I know
valid.
it's bad, but if you think about it, the way with what they're doing, it
He's right.
unfortunately.
Why are you booing him? He's right. Don't blame.
Yeah.
Don't boo him. Don't shoot the messenger. This is. Remember who did this to you? This wasn't Storm. This is that fucking motherfucker. I hope he's watching this right now.
Self-inserted
So
himself in the X-Men show too. Come on.
God no. Oh
I hope
god.
he's fucking. I hope Adi Shankar's watching so I can tell him to fucking fuck off and stop being a bum. Go ruin someone else's show. Go back to ruining Castlevania. You know what's funny? He didn't even ruin Castlevania.
Yeah.
He got off the writing team immediately, and the rest of the show was written by other people who went, let's try to make a good show. And then
That
you know what
makes
they
sense.
did? They made a good show, and it's kind of sucked because it messed with the lore a little bit. But I didn't really care because I was like, wow, this show's really good, really well written. They have character arcs here. Oh my god. Whereas DMC is like, we got memes again. You guys like another meme? And you're like, no. You guys like another Papa Roach song? No. I've had 8 of those. I'm full, dude. You've been feeding me appetizers this whole time. When am I going to get to watch the show?
Well,
Positive is that I turned it off on episode 2. That's a big positive.
Yeah, so we only watched we only watched 2 episodes. You only watched like an episode and a half, pretty much.
I only watched like 2 episodes and I turned it off because I went, you know what? I've been through a lot this month. I don't need to put myself through that. I can't watch this show.
I'm not gonna
and you know
lie.
what I did? I played DMC4 and I went, wow, I love this game.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched like half of season 2 hungover.
Wow.
Exactly.
So you're telling me, so me and Rowan are just insane.
Yeah, we're the only 2 people who watched the entire show.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we'll get into like just positives real quick. I mean, I know Seamus was talking shit about it just now, but like I was gonna say the music. Like I
Yes,
like
the music.
No, I joke about the music. I'm not joking about it because it's bad. I'm joking about it because it's absolutely ridiculous that we have this whole fucking set list, but not one good scene written in the show. We have like you know what? Maybe Adi Shankar should only be hired to create cool set lists because he's obviously pretty good at doing that.
Yeah.
Anything else though, let's not have him touch.
Yeah, I thought the music was dope. I think what's it called, Power Glove. They do like most of like the score for it. I thought the score from Power Glove was awesome. See You in Hell's a bop. I think the song's great.
Yeah, it was sick. Yeah.
Like, especially when it comes to like when you use it a part of like the fight and also like the different needle drops. Like, oh my god, what's it? Bodies was freaking awesome with Vergil. Holy shit. Even Skater Boy. I remember Storm was like, me and Storm were talking. I was like, Storm, have you watched it yet? To where you Skater Boy? I was like, yeah, they use Skater Boy. And like, yeah, just hit me up when you watch it. I'm like,
I was like, it makes it kind of fits.
It kind of fits.
It wasn't bad. Yeah, it was.
I can't think of a scene that would fit over.
He does karaoke.
He does karaoke, and he does.
Is Dante doing karaoke to Skater Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfectly valid.
Yeah.
Like, perfectly valid. That's perfectly valid. That's the only.
Casey
That's the only
Edwards song
context I
is
can think
great. Casey Edwards doesn't miss when it comes to DMC, so that was sick.
Not at all.
Yeah,
They got poor
music
Casey
was
Edwards
amazing.
on this fucking soundtrack. That poor man. He did such a good job on DMC5, and now look what he got.
Listen, they made him make a song for what was it Peak of Combat, the shitty mobile game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just let my mind eat, okay? Whatever Casey does is well done.
Just let him ride the DMC wave for as long as it's happening. Like just let him. He does a great job. But yeah, so I thought the music overall was really good. Yeah, but like See You in Hell, I fucking love that song. Like Hanuman, dope. Like Papa Roach, dope. Like that killed it. Yeah, what else is next on the list? I was gonna say, like I said earlier, like the fights and like, the animation against video mirrors.
Oh God, what are you showing me? Oh my God! What is this?
Like I was
What are you
saying,
doing?
Spoiler alert.
yeah, spoiler alert. Like I was saying, the animation studio mirror always kills it. So like I think the animation's good. The fights are great. That's all I got right now. Any positives that y'all want to say in terms of just overall? We'll go into characters in a second.
My positives were the characters, to be honest. I think Vergil was very well done. Like I mentioned in our chat, he's kind of an anti-Vergil. He's like the opposite of Vergil from the games, but I think it works really well. Huge shout outs to this show making Arius a person.
Bro,
Arius does not exist in DMC2. He's just a cardboard cutout.
Yeah.
With a funny accent.
Ron, just for context, Storm has not played DMC2. Like he's innocent.
I don't care about spoilers.
No, I'm saying, but
that's your heart. No, you can't spoil DMC2. There's nothing to spoil.
No, like I just want to acknowledge you're a precious
like there's nothing. It's empty.
I just want to acknowledge that like you're a precious little baby who's unscathed and hasn't gone through trauma going through Devil May Cry 2. So you're good, bro. I just want to acknowledge that.
I've only played 5.
You gotta play 3.
I told him to, but Storm, you want to tell your reason for why you won't play the other games? I think I want.
Yeah. I said I have this problem with a few other games too. Is like it's difficult for me to play those games because of like the animation, like how like old and like janky.
Oh yeah, just okay, yeah.
So he
was like I had that same
like
issue with the Star Wars: The Old Republic games.
Okay.
Those games though are evil to play. Those games hate when you play them. Like DMC3,
Yeah, I've also
if you played DMC3, you would be like, oh, this feels like very close to 5. Like this is still, it still feels really good. the Old Republic games, like anytime I try to turn them on, it's like they take a gun out and like shoot me right in the dick.
Yeah,
And then they're like, "Oh, what happened? You wanted to play the game? Fuck you!" And I'm like, "Why is this so hard?"
I've seen the gameplay of it, and it's just like click here, click there, and it's not even like you're really doing much with at least the Republic games.
Yeah, for sure.
Though it may look like that old, but like
it's really fun. It's really fun.
It feels like 5. Like it feels very similar.
Yeah. Both DMC4 and 5 are just built on the foundation that DMC3 laid. DMC4, I swear, is the best playing game in the series. If you only care about gameplay, you should play DMC4.
It's
DMC4 is unfortunately just half the game.
4 is still my favorite. Hands up, don't shoot. 4 is my favorite.
I really like 4. Like I really like 4, but 3 and 5 are like.
It's half a game.
I remember I was 9 years old,
4,
and I was like. I was 9 years old, and I remember there were I was friends with a bunch of older heads at my school who were like a couple grades older than me. They were all DMC heads, and I remember when 4 came out, and I was like the only one riding for Nero because I was like, I don't know, guys, I think Nero's pretty cool.
DMC4
and they were all like, this fucking little shithead, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe let's see how this plays out, guys.
It's funny because like when I was playing DMC5, like when I played through all the games, like I like Nero in terms of gameplay a lot. He's actually my favorite character to play. But like I was like, this man's a fucking shithead. But then like he gets so much better in DMC5 where it's like, no, I can love him gameplay wise and as a character because he's awesome. For sure. But yeah, man. So yeah, Storm, there's hope for you yet. I believe in you. All right, you'll get it. You'll get.
I'll put it on my list.
Indeed.
But yeah, one other thing I want to say that I thought was a positive. I think the Makai stuff was a lot. Well, outside of Darkon bullshit, I thought the Makai stuff, like the actual like dynamics of like the demon world, I thought was a lot more palatable and way more intriguing than the last time we did it, because the last time it was kind of just like like Makai, it just they didn't really go into like how they interact, how kind of like the dynamics of everything are in terms of like the different types of demons, the classes of demons, and like the hierarchy. There was an episode where like Vergil went into like if I remember, it was like another dimension where it was kind of like the torture dimension, like the prison dimension. That was cool.
Oh yeah.
So I thought like like the Makai stuff I thought was way more interesting than like than some of the stuff they did with like some of the human stuff, in my opinion. Especially how Mundus is like as evil, not so evil Satan, ruling how he rules over everyone, and like I thought it was really intriguing. And yeah, it's again, we don't really see much of in the games. Like they don't really go into like the nitty gritty of like how the demon world is. They just say it's just a demon world and it's bad. That's all we get, and that's fine. But like just seeing how like them kind of like building a little bit more of like actual lore to it, and like actual like political, somewhat like hierarchy and like classist dynamics, I thought were like it makes it interesting. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say for now until we go to like characters. Anything else anyone want to say positive before we move on to the characters? Shout out to Dallas being like this chud. He's like, oh, she knows.
He's a chud.
He's a chud.
He's an evil chud.
Yeah. So I guess we'll just move on to characters and just right quick. Storm, I apologize that the banner is like cutting you off, bro. I mean,
I know every time. I'm just peeking like above it.
I know.
I can't
do anything about it, bro. I'm sorry.
It's funny, man.
But yeah. So just real quick. I forgot. Well, we'll talk about this more in a second. But characters. I'll skip this one. Characters because it'll tie into characters. But just going real quick. Dante, played by Johnny Yong Bosch. Again, Dante. Because I remember last season the biggest issue with Dante was the fact that he felt like a second fiddle in his own show. I think they do a better job of putting him more towards the forefront. And especially when because Dante in the last season, very immature, not really a lot of growth to him. Because all he does is just crack jokes and beat the shit out of people, which like is fine. But like I wanted a little more of an arc in this season. Especially those first 2 episodes, where I know what like when Seamus was describing his overall thoughts for his episode, where it's like, oh, like Dante doesn't feel like he has any arc. He's just doing random whimsical shit because Adi Shankar the Chud doesn't play the game. But I feel like that kind of changes when he discovers Vergil is alive, and because the big part of Dante's big part of like when Vergil's introduction and how that affects Dante's arc in the story is that like he's just riddled with guilt. The fact that he thought he saw his brother was dead, literally saw his body, assumed he died, went to save himself, and is like real good. Like, oh, like I literally could have saved him. Maybe our dynamic would have changed. I like that aspect. It kind of matures him a little bit. Matures him slowly, but it matures him a little bit. Yeah. So that's all I gotta say on we'll just start off with Dante. I think like him going through like, you know, guilt being his biggest thing in with his arc and kind of like overcoming that was really interesting in this. Rowan, what do you say about Dante? As about anything you want to say on Dante at all?
Yeah, I definitely agree with what you're saying in terms of him having matured a bit from season 1. I think he's slowly coming along. Like I said earlier, I think he's just not coming along as quickly.
Yeah.
One of the things that makes Dante palatable as a character, and I guess as a concept as well, is that his whimsy and him not being serious is like juxtaposed against him being very effective. So when you have Dante and he isn't as effective as he should be, I think you need to, like, it's necessary for you to scale back his silliness. And they're still not quite striking that balance with him just yet, but they're trending in the right direction. So he is becoming more competent.
Yeah.
And he does show like brief glimpses of him like being serious and taking shit serious. And I think if he's not competent, he needs to be serious. And if he is competent, he can be a bit of a goofball. So they're slowly finding that balance, but they're not quite there yet. I genuinely think that they're afraid to write Dante as being too powerful because they think it'll like devalue the character's struggle. So I think they really just need to put on their big boy pants and write Dante as a badass. I think they're still tiptoeing around his character. So of the characters this season, I think he's one of the weaker ones. Obviously, Johnny Yong Bosch's performance was great.
Oh yeah.
Animation and fight scenes are amazing. But in terms of writing, I think they're still a bit scared to make Dante.
There are bones there, but they just need to like just power through it. And like we said, like they need to.
Yeah. You see glimpses of it, but he's not. He's not quite.
Ron, that you're speaking to a symptom of the actual problem, which is that in the games, Dante is like almost like he's like all powerful. Like no one's beating him, and the conflict comes into play in that it's very character driven. You know what I mean? It's very much like. Yep. It's not about Dante in DMC3. It's not about Dante dying. It's about Dante trying to make sure that Vergil doesn't like sacrifice himself and his soul to like turn evil and like kill the world, because you know what I mean. Like it's not about whether or not Dante's gonna die or whatever. It's about like Dante trying to save his brother from like going down a path he views as like not returnable. You know what I mean? And I think that's just based off the fact that Adi Shankar cannot write a character arc to save his life. That's why they're making Dante feel so weak, because that's the only kind of form of conflict that Adi Shankar can come up with. Like he can't come up with the idea that a character that is a demon that is not invincible would have any other issues. Like at that point, Adi Shankar views him as like, well, all of his problems would be solved if he couldn't die. And it's like, well, no, because like he still has to deal with the fact that his brother and him have like a contemptuous relationship. And then later with Nero and trying to train Nero into like becoming a devil hunter and stuff like that. And then, you know, even in DMC1 with like Trish showing up and like him being like, whoa, this girl's like my fucking mom, but like she's here and like who the fuck is she? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like all of the stuff in the games that is most interesting is stuff that is written to be very character driven. And it just feels like Adi Shankar doesn't care about that and cannot write that. So he just opts for making Dante like, ooh, is Dante gonna die here? And you're like, sure, mate. Like, no, because you just announced season 3, so like that ruins the entire like conceit. Like, I'm not scared anymore. Like, who cares? You know?
Yeah. I think there's a very traditional like hero's journey in stories, and Dante is definitely following that very traditional hero's journey path, which isn't what you would expect from a character like Dante.
Yeah,
it does seem like it's far too much of a regressive character choice than the games were making, which is crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. It's not like any of these decisions seek to push Dante forward in any meaningful way, or it's not like they're seeking to try to tell a specific story with Dante that is more about him being a physical powerhouse or anything like that. Like in the games, they make him such a physical threat because they already know you as a gamer are good at playing games. And they're like, well, we're not going to even try to play that you're going to die here because we know you're going to respawn and eventually beat it. So that's not a threat to you. What we're going to do, though, is set you up against Vergil and give you stuff about Vergil. And we're going to have Lady thrown in there as like can I keep Lady alive? Oh, can I save Vergil from like, hating me and making like the worst mistake of his life? And that's the driving force behind DMC3. And you're just like, none of that exists here in this show. You're just like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, whatever. He tries to do it for a second and then immediately gives up on it. And you're like, all right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my only issue. I feel like they're really tiptoeing with Dante. They need to let him be Dante.
You need to let him be Dante a little bit.
Yeah.
Storm, what do you think of any thoughts on Dante? Because Seamus just went in. I know. He's like,
look, I can't say much besides what I know of DMC5 and the show. So
I'm playing 5 right now. So you want me to split the screen?
So like,
I can point my camera at the screen and you can point out what you want to talk about in DMC5.
So Storm, I think a lot of us are colored by like our knowledge of the 5 games. So I'd really be interested to see what your take is, like not based on the games, like just what you've seen in season 1 and season 2. What do you think of Dante as a character?
I mean, it kind of just feels like Deadpool.
Okay.
That's what he feels like sometimes.
No, fair enough.
Also, I will say I've now seen like obviously playing the games, and I've been a little bit watching like lore videos a little bit. I really don't like the way that they designed their full devil form at all. Like I get it's like it's a little bit how it looks, but it's also not at all how it looks in the game. It's really off-putting. And I feel like what you were saying earlier with the guilt, I feel like they kind of, in a way, took some of that out because it seemed like he didn't even, like, see Vergil die, really. Like, die, obviously. Yeah. But, like, it seemed like he really didn't see much of, like, anything.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Because I don't know why I'm like blanking. I thought it was at least like they at least acknowledged, oh wait, he does feel regretful for not saving him.
Yeah.
Like at least he feels something other than just like, I'm Dante, I'm just gonna shoot stuff, pew pew pew.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, like this, like it kind of made me feel like, oh yeah, okay, he's literally he jokes and stuff like that as a mask to like hide how he really feels about the situation. Like, oh shit, my brother's back. I could have saved this man. Look what he's become. Like I thought, there was good bones. There were good bones there, but it should have happened.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they did definitely. They were explicit. They were overt in showing him, having a heart, having a conscience, having guilt, feeling a connection and a responsibility to and for Vergil and his actions. So they definitely humanized him quite a bit, which I think is fine. They just need to also make him a badass.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, and Storm is making a very apt point by saying that he feels a lot like Deadpool in the show, and it's because once again we're coming back to it again for the 80th fucking time. Adi Shankar doesn't know what the fuck is going on in these games, because if you listen to Hideki Kamiya or any of those developers talk about the design philosophy behind Dante, it was not to make a dude who's masking his feelings by joking. It was not to make any of that. They were legitimately making a guy who was so powerful and cool that he would joke about that shit all the time because he's it's such a pushover for him. You know what I mean? And Adi Shankar sees that and goes, well, he must be masking. Like he must be joking because he actually feels immense pain at like losing Vergil. And it's like, no, like he is being 100% serious when he's when he's like making fun of like a demon because he totally could whoop their ass and always does because he always wins. And it's only when he's faced with, what is it? A character-driven conflict that he turns off that joking exterior because he's like, no, it's not a mask. I'm just not joking because, oh my God, my mom's back. Oh my God, my fucking brother's alive. You know what I mean? And it's shit like that it's like, oh, that's where the conflict is. That's where it lives, and that's what colors Dante's entire character. And when you take that away, he ends up just being like a knockoff Deadpool because you're like, oh, he's joking. And then sometimes he's like, oh no, I'm actually sad because you know what I mean? You're like, no, he genuinely is that cool. He thinks he's hilarious. He loves that shit. He's not doing it to like mask anything. He's like, no, I am that fucking dude.
No.
So that's what I'm saying. The lack of character conflict is not only hurts Dante's arc, but it just makes him less cool. I don't think this anime Dante's as cool as the games because I'm like, this guy's just like a whiny chud. This guy's like, he's fucking like a whiny Reddit user. I don't like this.
That's so funny. We gotta like make a tally to see how many times Seamus like just says chud in this shit. It's so funny.
Sorry, but it's the most chud coded show I watched in a minute. And I was like, it was chuddy at the end of Euphoria. Like the end of Euphoria, I thought was so chuddy, and then this, I was like, God damn.
Yeah, we don't gotta go into that. We don't gotta go into that. But yeah, just to move on real quick. Yeah, so I thought Dante was fine. Thought it was a little more interesting. But again, I just wish they kind of like what Rosie like let him be the badass like now. Let's bring this along. Let's hurry it up. And also I did say like the whole devil trigger thing where it's like, oh, I can't really use my devil trigger because like I'm too human and stuff. I'm like, I don't know that shit. I'm like,
I am not gonna lie. Am I the only person who didn't realize that he didn't have control over his devil trigger for like?
I didn't realize it until he mentioned it.
I thought he mastered that shit in season 1. I thought we were good, and then they brought it up. I was just like, oh,
yeah, wait. Wasn't that the whole point? Wasn't that the whole point of the Devils Never Cry scene where they're like they play the song and they play the dramatic version of the song when he does the devil trigger? He did it.
Yeah, I thought he was over that shit.
You tell me in this season he doesn't have it? He just like is like, no, I haven't mastered it.
Like literally, he uses it a bunch. He uses it constantly, and then they're like, well, he can't do it at will.
He can't do it at will.
Like, he has to be really mad.
He can only do it when he's under like extreme emotional distress.
What do you got?
Like, what do you mean?
Turn this fucking shit off, man. Why couldn't we have done Spider Noir, please?
Oh, man.
I haven't finished it yet.
I haven't finished it either.
What episode are you on?
I'm on episode 6, like 2 episodes.
Okay.
I would rather talk about that having you guys not finished it than talk about this having me not finished.
All right,
I've only finished up to 4.
Moving on. All right, so so next character is Lady, played by Scout Taylor-Compton.
Jesus, get that picture out of here.
What?
Jesus Christ.
It's the only one I can find that was from this scene that was fun. You're like
Gavin was ulcers watching the Dante Mary ship.
I know. I didn't put that specifically because I knew it would make him cringe, so that's why I put it on there. But
he needs the eye bleach.
Dude, it's also so fucking hot in my room. I'm just like sweating, and you're showing me you're showing me like the worst images I could possibly see, and I'm like hot and irritated, and this is awful, dude.
So I will say this: I thought Lady was significantly better than last season. Again, it was the first season felt like Lady was in the forefront and Dante was second fiddle. I felt the opposite with this one, but I thought her arc was interesting and decent because again, it's at first they do the Dark-Com stuff, pisses me off, but then they do more of her just tagging along with Dante. They do the whole relationship thing, which I did say, I think to Roun and Seamus, before like in talks when it was happening, I did not mind, and I mentioned to Roun by the end of the show, and I feel like, because I remember Seamus when we were talking about it, you mentioned that you did not like it because you prefer that, like in terms of, well, not prefer, but like it's kind of acknowledged in the games that they have like more of a platonic bond, like brother and sister platonic bond through the time that they've experienced, and that's pretty much that. In this, they do like kind of like realize they kind of have like something romantic. However, it ends by the time the season ends, because he realizes even though we are kind of drawn together through our past trauma they go through, Dante's flashback of the attack on his house, her obviously the thing with her father, but they realize that like because that they have this shared trauma, because they're kind of like relatively like I guess kind of broken people, they're not good for each other at all. So they kind of like she kind of cements like when Dante and her part ways, because Dante and her part ways by the end of the season, they kind of like realize that we're just gonna stick with just the friendly platonic bond joint. So it was like a brief stint, and I was like, thank fucking Christ. Like I was like, okay, that's good. Like I'm fine with that. Yeah, that's what I have to say about that. And the whole Jester thing. I wholly forgot that the Jester was her pops for a while, because like
it's also because like he's in DMC3, he's mostly Arkham. He's not really the Jester.
Yeah, I mean, because I remember in DMC3 he switches back and forth sometimes, but like I forgot the fact that like because the first season made it seem like he just turned into like a demonic vampire type joint, and I was like, okay, but then like when they see the Jester, I'm like, wait a minute, is that like? And they say they show the Jester, and they mention that the Jester is like a double agent, which I thought was a dumb plot, but whatever. And the fact that her father was alive, I was like, oh wait, her father is the Jester. They made it seem like these characters were completely different. I was like, okay,
yeah, well, because the whole point of the Switch is he's making fun of both of them. Like when he's the Jester, he only talks to Dante and he only fights Dante, and he's making fun of him by being like, I'm just like you, I'm a big fucking dumb clown. And then when he's Arkham, he's making fun of Vergil because he's standing up right behind him, hitting the same arms behind the back pose, going like, yes, this is very serious and very evil. And like that's his character's whole joke, is that he's such a contemptuous dick that he's making fun of these two guys and doesn't give a fuck about his daughter, who's like fighting tooth and nail to try to get to him. You know what I mean? He's too busy fucking with two random chud brothers to care about his daughter. And that's what's supposed to be so tragic about Lady, is Lady's like fighting tooth and nail, and this dude's up there playing like elaborate pranks on like these two dudes, and you're like, oh, this poor lady. Oh. Yeah, and that's why Dante's like, oh, that's just like I remember when I was neglected to that level after, you know what I mean? Like my mom died and I didn't have anyone. And I remember trying to fight tooth and nail when I was Tony Redgrave, when I was like 16, trying to come up and like fight my way through finding someone to care for me. And you're like, that's where they, because then Dante's like an older brother to her, where he's like, I was where you were years ago and I remember, and it sucks. And then Lady's like, hey, I've worked through some of the stuff you've worked through, you haven't yet. And that's, you know what I mean? And like, that's the type of shit that's like makes their relationship far more interesting than any kind of romantic injection you could put into it. And that's why that picture fucking makes me so sick. Disgusting.
But yeah.
Lovely.
It's great. But yeah, all I gotta say is that Lady was fine. She was good. Also the fact that she kind of makes an adamant point all the time, and like, especially in the beginning, when she's dealing with Darkholm, like, don't fucking call me Mary, I'm Lady, like that is her name. Like, so he's like, okay, yeah, like just more fuck Darkholm vibes. I love it because fuck Darkholm. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Storm, Rowan, anything you want to say on Lady at all? Or
yeah, I mean, I definitely think she was a marked improvement from season 1, but that's an abysmally low bar. I think she was an absolutely despicable character in season 1, and in season 2, I wouldn't say she's likable, but she's certainly not hateable. So that she's going on an arc as well, but she's in the same boat as Dante. Her arc is going too damn slowly. By the end of season 2, I don't even think I like this version of Mary. Of Lady. I don't think she's Lady yet, to be honest.
No,
I don't. She's transitioning into Lady, and I don't quite like her yet, but I no longer hate her. So there is that. She was fine. She was fine. She was there. She was present. Yeah. She was in no way one of my favorite characters this season. I think other characters like Vergil, like Arius, really carried this season on their backs.
Mm-hmm. Storm, anything? Lady?
Wood.
Okay. Alright. As that's it with Lady. Alright, so next The next character is the long lost twin Vergil, played by Robbie Daymond. Okay, I mean, me and Ron have been talking about it. I haven't talked about this. I think I've mentioned this with Storm as well, but I don't know about Seamus. But I was very surprised as someone who likes Vergil in the games. I'm not like a giant Vergil fan, but here I think Vergil is my favorite character in this. I think they did a really good job with Vergil. Yeah, but one thing because I want to go back because I had that one slide that I skip over. This here, so because the thing with Vergil, like with one of the things that I really enjoyed when it comes to what they nailed with Vergil, I think they nailed the rivalry, that rivalry and vitriol between Dante and Vergil really well throughout the season. But I love the episode. I think Ron, is it episode 3 or episode 4? You remember the flashback?
I think that's 4.
4? Yeah, I thought this episode right here where they go into Dante and Vergil when they were kids, how they were raised with Eva, and then leading up to the attack on their house. I thought it was fantastic just because they, even though Vergil, for a better sense of the word, I don't know how to describe it, but at least that's why I can describe it. Vergil in the Devil May Cry games, vibe wise, is I'm that nigga, I'm that bitch. He just is the shit. He knows he's the shit and just wants to be more of the shit. So I really did like the fact them seeing how they were in the past, the fact that essentially Vergil in this show kind of has an inferiority complex in terms of how he always viewed Dante growing up. Even though he's the older brother, Dante had more of a natural talent in terms of their abilities and their skills, and it always seemed from his eyes that Eva favored Dante more as the favorite son other than him. So, and while at the same time he himself wish he had that same natural talent in terms of in terms of fighting, in terms of being able to be a sharpshooter with with the slingshot, because Dante's natural that as well. He feels everything he tries to do isn't good enough and he fails. So as the jealous brother, he tries to do his best by becoming better than Dante with hard work and training. But the thing I think is really interesting is that when it comes to the attack on their house, literally they kind of do the whole his jealousy for why he doesn't like Dante, and even to an extent is envious of his mom, is literally via misunderstanding. Literally misunderstanding where the demons are attacking his house or attacking their house. He tries to defend himself, but because he's not strong enough, he can't get his ass handed to him, but he tries. But then there's a moment where he sees Eva carrying Dante to safety, and because he has that jealousy towards his brother, because he has that inferiority complex, he just oh shit, okay, so mom's showing her true colors, trying to save the favorite son. I'm out here trying to handle business and shit. And by the time he does I don't know, by the time when he loses and gets dragged away, he sees Ava's dead body and is holy fuck, if only I was strong enough, I wish I could save her. But the fact that she prioritized the favorite son over me, it's wild, bro.
That's what they do with
I
that?
am dying at Seamus's reaction.
I know.
Seamus is going to lose his mind.
That's terrible.
So let me give you some context, Seamus. I was explaining this to Mikey and some friends in another chat. Vergil. So first of all, let me back Mikey up. I do think that this Vergil is very well written. I think he is
very well written.
He's the best character in the season. He's genuinely a good character. I think if you don't know anything about Vergil, if you only know Vergil from memes, you will love this version of Vergil. And if
what you're telling me is if I made myself fucking stupid, I would love Vergil.
No. If you didn't know anything about Vergil, if you can look at this character,
so stupid.
Everyone
should know everything about Vergil. Vergil's the coolest character of all time.
Let him speak. Stop it.
On his own, objectively, if you don't compare him to game Vergil, I think this Vergil is genuinely a sick character.
Mm-hmm.
but he is literally the opposite of
different.
game Vergil.
He's different.
He's you invert Vergil entirely, like you change up all of his background, and then you still put him on the same trajectory to becoming the Vergil that people know from, like, you know, from not playing the games and only knowing memes. So like Mikey was saying, Vergil from this, he comes from a place of like being the weak brother.
Yeah.
So
At
he's
first. Yeah.
Yeah. So his entire life. So you know, Vergil's main thing in the games is that he believes in power above all else. One of his most iconic lines is that might controls everything, and without it, you can't protect anything, not even yourself. And in the games, that comes from Vergil being a bad bitch from birth.
Yeah.
He's just
From when
he's
he
just the baddest
fucking
man ever.
soloed that entire mansion.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So
I was there. I remember.
There's never been a point in Vergil's life where power has failed him. So he's grown up to exemplify that. You know, he knows that if you're strong enough, you will get through it in life. This Vergil's the opposite. He understands being weak, and he like despises his weakness, and as a result, he despises weakness in everybody else. And he has pursued strength, and now he has strength, and he understands, and that's why he values strength, because he understands how it feels to not have had strength.
Yeah.
So in that way, he's still a well-written character. He's still, you know, quite likable, but he's just not Vergil from the games. And what I think this does is that it makes him more relatable to like the average person. I think for most people, they can see his arc, they can go on that journey with him, and when they get to the end, they're like, okay, I feel that, you know, like I've experienced being powerless, and I can see the desire for power and how it would corrupt and blah blah. So no, I think this Vergil is overall very well written. I have very few qualms with his personality. I have very few qualms with his arc, and his decisions given his backstory make sense, and they still kind of line up with like decisions that Vergil would have made, with the exception of being. And
to piggyback off what you said, Rowan, just real quick, like that was one of the things we talked about. Was like that was one of my favorite things about it, was the fact that like the fact that he knows what it feels like to be weak, which is why he strives for power, so that he can never feel that shit ever again. And the fact that like when it comes to his sibling relationship with Dante, like that's something that's super relatable. Anyone that has a brother or a sibling that like knows what it feels like to be like, you know, the favorite child, having to be like the not favorite child over the favorite child, like that, I thought was, even though it's a complete misunderstanding because Eva loved and, you know, appreciated the both of them, but
yeah, she loved both her kids.
Exactly, but like that's just how. But just due to, again, like his jealousy and his, like, you know, lack of, you know, self-worth, and then early on when he's a kid compared to his brother, that's why he has that kind of relationship. Why he really hates Dante, especially when he reunites with him when he's older, and not only that, but like he had to go through a lot of shit to get where he was, like especially like when he gets kidnapped by the demons. At the time, I mean, it was revealed to be Mundus later. By the time it was told to be Ouroboros, which was, you know, Arius's, you know, company or whatever. But like when Vergil was taken by these demons that attacked their house, tortured for days, like literally he was, as like a 10-year-old kid, was literally like burned alive to a crisp, made to regenerate, and burned alive again for days. Like it was, so like he was broken. Like so he failed to save he failed to save himself. He failed to save his mother. He literally is beaten down and broken and dealing with so much trauma at a young age. So when Mundus comes in and saves him, quote unquote, saves him by getting rid of the demons that kidnapped him, giving him the Yamato as source for like, hey, this is something that will make you stronger. This is something that will make you feel less weak. Remove that weakness from you, which would essentially like remove his human side. So Vergil pretty much grows up the opposite the way Dante does after the attack, where Dante lives throughout the human world as a human being, you know, has his personality, has his whimsicalness, you know, has, you know, the quips and the funness of the relative badassness of Dante. Vergil's the exact opposite direction. He literally embraces his demon side, and and just tries his best to gain as much power as possible so that he can never feel that fucking way ever again. And it was really good. Like it was great. I had no issues with that arc at all. And to the point, like by the end of the show, like Vergil, like he does become again, like his Vergil's arc is more fast tracked than the rest of them, because Vergil by the end of the show, he's like, yeah, I'm that nigga, I'm that bitch. You can't step up to me ever again. Fuck all y'all. And it's great. He has more. His path is different from the games, but he ends up becoming more of that character that we're familiar with towards the end of the show. And I think it's really well done. Like like Vergil's my favorite character. I'm not a Vergil fan, but I was surprised. I was surprised. So yeah, James, I don't know if any other more context or anything you want to say that's about
No,
Vergil?
I think I appreciate you guys giving me all that, because it's very interesting. Do you want me to tell you why it's still fucking stupid?
Let's go to Storm first. Let's go to Storm. Let's go to Storm first.
Well, don't throw to me if you're just gonna throw to Storm right after, as soon as I start talking.
That was the bit.
Why the fuck would you ask me that and then be like, oh, anyway, let's go to Storm?
I knew you were gonna talk shit, but like
Well,
Storm.
why the fuck you ask me that?
Because it was
Why
funny.
the fuck am I on the show? You wanted me on the show, and then whenever I talk, you're like, whoa, hold on.
Oh my god. Storm, just real quick, and then Seamus, your piece.
No, I agree with you. I did really like him. I know that it's a completely like different like way of going at it, but of all, like you said, of all the characters in the show, I think he's been the best so far. Best written as far as that can go.
Yeah.
There's one moment that's just a little ridiculous. Like, I get it's supposed to be like a meme, but like a little bit, but like having the fucking lawn chair be put in.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's funny, and it's really funny in the context of DMC 5 in the game, because he just randomly fucking picks it up and just sits there and he's like, yeah, try me. Try to, like...
That does not happen in DMC 5.
It doesn't.
I swear that
never happened.
No, it's a meme.
Nope.
It's a
meme.
That's a
mod,
meme.
dude.
It's that
It's a
originally
mod,
on Reddit.
I haven't played it
People
in a long
have
time.
modded it into the game, but that's not actually in the game.
I haven't played that in a long time. That just proves my thing from before of the memes.
Yep.
Yeah. They got you convinced. They
did. Anyway, I think that was stupid to have in there. But I did like him. It's different. I kind of liked that he was like going out to like the other like regions and like giving like more like, I guess, world building in what's the demon world called again?
Makai, like the demon
yeah,
world.
in Makai, like it was giving it a bit more like world building in that way of like him going out.
Yeah, it was interesting to see like how he views the demon world, like from his perspective, like it. That's why I enjoyed a lot of the world building with Makai was through his eyes, and I really enjoyed that, and especially because how the demons under Mundus' army kind of view him as kind of like a lesser than kind of demon, because he's half human. And it gave him a lot more. It gave him, like, even his relationships with the other demons gave him another excuse to be like, I have something more to prove. It was interesting. Seamus, all right, you what enlighten us, bro. Floor is yours.
I'm gonna go with a different thing this time.
Okay.
Mikey, you ever hear of a book called Absolute Superman?
Oh my God!
I know you
Yes,
like
I've read it. Seamus.
I know you like Absolute Superman.
I do like Absolute Superman.
Isn't it interesting how by and large Superman is the same in that book, and the world around him's changed, and how he interacts with the world?
Yes.
Because it's still Superman. And remember that arc with Brainiac, where he was like, Brainiac was like, no, you must be an absolute character. You must murder people. And Superman was like, no, I'm Superman. I don't do that.
Yes.
Isn't that really cool? So
Yeah.
wouldn't it be interesting? So wouldn't it be interesting if you just like, what's the point of changing Vergil in this show if you're gonna also change everything around him and then change everything, and then at that point it's not the same Vergil? wouldn't it be cool if you took the Vergil from the games, a character who grew up always having power and always resenting Dante for being a weak person who ran away from a fight instead of staying to defend their mother? Wouldn't it be cool if you took that guy and then, I don't know, let's throw some ideas at the wall. I don't know, maybe make him the leader of the evil military organization that seeks to have power above all. You know, man, wouldn't that be cool? That he's the secret leader of Darkholm who was secretly trying to amass power to rule over all because it was the only way that Vergil thought he could beat Mundus was by pulling like a Doctor Doom and like taking over the entire Earth to then use it as one giant engine of war towards killing Mundus because he fucking hates Mundus. Wouldn't that have been interesting? And then you just take Vergil from the games and you just put him in the show, but his entire role is contextually different because now he's like the leader of an organization. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that have been far more interesting than like, you know, not to say that this is bad, but just to say that Adi Shankar is not really thinking of how these characters thematically can connect. You know what I mean? What you described to me for the show, Vergil, isn't bad. And you know what? I fucking love Robbie Daymond. I love him a lot.
Oh, he did a great job.
From the lines I've heard from the show, he sounds pretty fucking good. I would take him as a replacement if they ever needed to replace Vergil in the games. But just like the idea that Adi Shankar couldn't think ahead and be smart enough to be like, wait, I actually don't need to change this character. I could just maybe shift his like role and where he appears slightly, and then he has a completely different contextual idea. You know what I mean? But instead he's like, no, it must be Adi Shankar's Vergil. It must be my Vergil. I must change everything. I have to. And to me, that's like just another example of like he's not really thinking.
I'm not going to lie. I genuinely think that Adi Shankar's Vergil is Vergil for normies. I think that he is so much more relatable to the average person that
it's dumbed down. It's definitely dumbed down.
Yeah, for the average person, he is what Vergil is to us DMC like diehards. Yeah, because he's a bad bitch, but he still has that relatable. You know, I used to be weak. I used to be one of you, and now I'm me. So you could become me eventually. You know, he's the poor man's Vergil essentially.
And he would be a much cooler critique of American colonialism because, like, game Vergil, like being a person who's always had power and never lost, is like literally a metaphor for America. A country that has always had power, it's never really lost anything, yet it keeps seeking to amass even more power than it even needs because it feels there's something fundamentally broken inside of it that causes it to just want to constantly be like, no, I need more, I need to feel safer. You know what I mean? And I think that kind of metaphor is something that like Adi Shankar just can't comprehend. He can't imagine it. And that's why he had to change Vergil to have this other.
Seamus show it immediately. Seamus, that was brilliant.
Yeah, but and even Hidemis Hunter agrees. He said, "Sounds about right to me." Yep, I agree.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And it's like simple shit like that you could think of to be like, huh, what kind of story am I trying to tell? Because Adi Shankar again is trapped between, do I want to do this entire reimagining that fits this thematic discussion I want to have on American colonialism and like refugees coming to America, or do I want to give up and just give people like a just Spark Notes version of the games with all the memes, so I can be like, look guys, isn't this funny? Guys, don't you like this too? You know what I mean? It's like it's literally like Glup Shido the show, but instead of Glup Shidos, it's like a watered down version of Glup Shidos. It's like if they did Glup Shido the show, but every Glup Shido was Boba Fett, and you're like, no, yeah, I know who Boba Fett is. Why are you this isn't like a deep cut. But the guy who's making it thinks it's a deep cut. And he's like, no, guys, you ever hear of Boba Fett? And you're like, yeah, dude, like, I know who Vergil is. Like, I played a game before. And he's like, no, you don't really know the memes. And you're like, no, I do.
Oh my god.
This is why we had to have Seamus on.
That's what it feels like, though. That's what the whole show feels like. Because it's just a dude not thinking, going like, I have a bunch of money. Let me just fucking like take a dump on Netflix and like put it out.
I've been waiting for you to just talk about those posts, Seamus.
No, we'll
get to it. We're getting to that at the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we move on from Vergil, I think we have to touch on them using Nilo Angelo.
I was gonna say that as well. I was gonna say that as well because like
Is there
I'm
real
so
quick? Can I
confused on
ask
it.
real quick?
Yeah.
Can I ask? Is there any extra contextual stuff around why he's using Neo Angelo at all that would make that like beyond? Because I remember seeing the trailer and the tease at the end of last season and going, "What the fuck? Why is he using that?" And is there anything?
So they explain it. They explain it like in the second last episode or something, I think.
Yeah.
So, so you're not gonna like the explanation, Seamus. I'm gonna tell you.
I'm not. To be fair, I didn't really like it either. From what I understood from it, I was like,
yeah.
So I mean, in layman's terms, in layman's terms, remind me if I'm on the right page, Rowan, but like, it's pretty much his devil trigger, like his actual devil trigger, but just like half chub, like it's half chub devil trigger. Pretty much.
Dude, I just had to get ice cream delivered to me because I'm so hot. This podcast is making me so hot. I'm gonna start eating ice cream, dude. This sucks.
Like,
man, I might go.
So you're
get
telling me he's not like Neo Angelo's like devil trigger ED?
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah. So basically,
I'm right. Am I right?
Just like you're basically right, yeah. Just like Dante, he also can't assume his full devil trigger at will. So Mundus, his daddy, taught him how to use like a little baby devil trigger, and it manifests as Nilo Angelo. And then if he powers up into his real devil trigger, he gets the blue form that you see next to it.
Yeah. Because from what I understand from like the actual devil triggers, at least in the show, well, even in the game, because like it functionally in the game as well too, it doesn't last long. Like, can't just do it forever. So like it's like, so like his Neo Angelo is kind of like is a middle ground between as a step below his actual full devil trigger, because his Neo Angelo he can access and use all the time 24/7, which is why. When I remember that one part when he's about to meet Mundus, but he's walking as Vergil in his human form, Demon's like, oh, why the fuck is he in his disgusting human form? Gross. So that's pretty much how it's
why isn't he in his slave form? Isn't he in his Neo Angelo slave form? Remember that?
Yeah. So that's the explanation with Neo Angelo. That's why I'm not really
why I like it. Why I like it is because in the games, Mundus transforms Vergil into Nilo Angelus to make him his slave. So in the Netflix show, having Mundus teach him the Nilo Angelo form, give him the Nilo Angelo form functionally, while he is his servant, and have him act as his agent in the Nilo Angelo form, is I guess an interesting parallel. And then him being able to cast it off and assume his true devil trigger when he has to be a big boy and act autonomously is kind of interesting. So I did like that. I didn't hate it. Yeah. But I don't like the fact that he can't assume his devil form. I think he can assume his devil form at will. He just can't maintain it for very long.
You can maintain it for very long, like how Dante can. Yeah.
Okay, great idea. I just had tying into my last idea. What if? Okay. So if continuing my idea from earlier, game Vergil leading Darkcom. What if he purposefully is using Neo Angelo, and they make Neo Angelo look more humanoid-like? And he's using it because he's leading humanity to fight Mundus, and it's like he is so ashamed of his devil side, because both of the devils in his life, his dad and his brother, both either died or disappeared and ran away. And so he's so ashamed of that he fully more embraces his human side. And so he uses Neo Angelo because it's not a devil trigger, because he's specifically no, I don't want to use the disgusting demon power within me. But that's where his psychic break is that he's still using demon power. He's just trying to justify it in a way that's no guys, I'm not, I swear. You know what I mean? Because he desperately wants to kill. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that idea be more cool than oh, he's got erectile dysfunction. Mundus taught him how to have a weak dick. That's so fucking stupid. Why would I want to watch a show
that would
with my
actually
fucking main villain got ED?
Yeah, that'd actually be a great tie-in to explain how
I want all 12 inches of Vergil in my show.
Some random girl and creating Nero.
I know.
So yeah, again, just let Seamus write a show.
Just let Seamus write a show at this point. But
I'm and it's so funny. Adi Shankar made this for like $100 million. I'm sitting here eating ice cream, hot as shit. I'm pulling ideas out my ass that are like 10 times better than anything he could fucking come up with. Please, can we get to that tweet, Mikey? I want to talk.
No, at the end, Seamus. I think I don't have the tweet. I have the post, but like you can go into the tweet when we get to that part though.
We'll tell people about the tweet.
Yeah, but oh my god, I read that shit too. Oh my fucking god. Okay.
Yeah, Seamus sent it to me.
But yeah, overall, Vergil, I really enjoyed Vergil in this. Again, not the same Vergil, but I think what for the context of this show, I think it works the best out of every other character in my opinion. Again, he's all about.
Yeah, he's this season's White Rabbit. He is the.
Yeah, he's this season's White Rabbit. No, for sure. Like 100%. I also just wanted to just mention this real quick. I love how they focus how rage is a big part of Vergil's character in this dude. You know, the themes of like overcoming weakness through power and all that stuff. Like especially that training scene where like he first gets the Yamato and they do like times of him like murdering fucking demons for fun and for Mundus' approval at first to get stronger. I love that shit. Yeah. So Vergil I think is the best part of the show for me. Just real quick soundboard. Just quick cut the check. Like he's great. I like Vergil in this. Seamus, your idea though is pretty good though. I'm not gonna lie. I'll give you your props. So
no, I'm not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I do not doubt that he's not cool in this show. I'm just saying, if we all put our heads together, you know,
okay. All right.
You've described to me does sound somewhat cool, and I would be like, yeah, Robbie Daymond. I love Robbie Daymond. He's so good.
Yeah, I think
he did a really good job. I think so. He did a really good job voicing Vergil for sure. All right, the next bit. This is gonna be quick because like there's nothing really bad. I don't have anything bad to say about this character because again, he's the character he's based on of. I can't even remember, but Arius, played by Graham McTavish. He was good. He was fine.
Oh, I love Graham McTavish.
What has he been in, Seamus? Like what? Do you have what? Because like the name's not familiar.
He's Captain Price in Call of Duty.
I was gonna say I know that last name.
That's Captain Price. And he was also in Castlevania, fucking Castlevania.
Who was he in Castlevania? Was he Dracula in Castlevania?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense why I liked him.
That checks out. Yeah.
He was also what was he? You know what I know him as? Deep Cut. He was Zoran Lazarevich, the main villain of Uncharted 2. That's what I remember him as. I remember that's what I was like, oh, dude, because he was Captain Price and Lazarevich at the same time, and I was like,
wait,
he's also Mikey. Shout to you. He's the main villain of Infamous 2 as well.
Wait. He's freaking
He's Bertrand.
He's Bertrand. Oh my god.
Okay.
Dude,
okay.
He's been in everything.
Dude, shout out to this man. No wonder I was liking this dude.
He's a real one.
Rowan, you're about to say something, bro. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, so like we said, Arius does not exist in DMC2. He's just a cardboard cutout.
I can't remember him, bro. I can't remember him.
He does literally nothing. He
doesn't do shit.
And he laughs occasionally, and he sits on the table and shoots a gun. He's a dick. I think they did a really good job making Arius into a believable villain in this show. I think they really oversell his strength.
Yeah.
In that, not that he's too strong, in that he doesn't earn being as strong as he is. Like they just expect you to believe that he's a bad man, like he's very strong.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to suspend my disbelief at times. Like I felt like he was too strong.
Yeah.
Again, hero's journey. Your main character is weak. The villain is strong. Your main character has to become strong to fight the villain. Like we get it.
Yeah.
But also, this is Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Dante and Vergil are the direct descendants of the most powerful demon to have ever existed, and Arius is some fucking guy. So you got to give me something. You know, you gotta why is he able to fight the sons of Sparta?
Especially because he's just some fucking guy who can just easily wield their father's extremely powerful sword out of nowhere, and it's like. But he's just a dude. Like
it's big trust me bro energy. Like just trust me bro, he's a bad man, trust me.
Yeah.
So like that I don't like, but otherwise I think he like his character was great. He All of his lines were well delivered. I like the idea that his mind has existed through like 20 generations, so he's like 600 years old. Mentally, even though his body is the age that it appears as. Sorry, go on, Mikey.
The thing is, Seamus, he ends up finding like Argosax like at a young age, and literally Argosax like, oh, he's gonna be my guy. Tell me like, bring me back to life. So he reincarnates. So like every time he dies, his mind just goes to another body. So
and I think his mind goes to his son's body specifically.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, like who are these random ass babies? And I was like, why they all just look?
I think they're all his sons. So I think he is every single male in his lineage for like the last 20 generations.
Yeah, and he comes from.
I was gonna say, wouldn't that be a cool metaphor for like, I don't know, the people who lead this country and the economy? like they would rather sacrifice their children to stay alive than, I don't know, see the future grow. Wouldn't that be cool if we thought about that for more than 5 seconds and just just did that?
But also just the fact that like he also like his motivations for why he's a bad man and why he's evil, because he comes from like he comes from like an abusive upbringing from his father, like always beating the shit out of him and thinking he was less than. And I was like, holy fuck, like that's interesting. Arius was cool. Arius was pretty cool. When Argosax came out though, and I was worried because when I saw the trailers, I thought like that one shot where like Argosax, like it was like it was a silhouette shot of like Argosax and his like 6 arms or whatever. At first I was like, they're not doing a Sin Devil trigger like this early. Like that doesn't make any sense. But like so I got worried, but it wasn't that. Yeah, I thought Argosax was fine. I thought like him being a puppet for Argosax was, typical run of the mill, like, we've seen that before in various, media. Just like, oh, like the demon that this character is trying to unleash to the world, he becomes the host of said demon and all that. And I was like, all right, that's fine. But but they did a really good job of making Arius interesting throughout the whole show, despite him being OP for no reason and with no explanation at all. In the beginning, but I thought he was good. Like again, I don't have a benchmark for this character because he does not exist in the games, in my opinion. So I like anything they did with him, I would have been fine with.
Yeah. I think he was solid. I think
really
Argosax was kind of the boy does not exist. I think Argosax was a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah,
but I mean, I think a lot of that comes down to it just being 8 episodes. I don't think we had enough time to like flesh Argosax out. Mm-hmm. So he kind of ended up just being the big bad. So I would have liked to see a bit more development on that end, but overall, for what he was fine.
Yeah,
I would have liked to see a bit more of him.
I didn't like how they did elaborate that, like, oh yeah, Argosax was the guy running Makai before Mundus staged a coup, a demon coup to kill him and then take over Makai for himself. But and I didn't like the fact that they kind of were using. I thought it was really interesting and smart that they kind of used Argosax as kind of like a weapon to go against Mundus, because they realized, oh wait, yeah, we're not strong enough to defeat Mundus on our own. Let's just use the big bad who was like the big kahuna in hell to kind of like use him as a way to defeat Mundus instead. Actually, no, it was the other way around. They used Mundus to defeat him.
Yeah, they used Mundus to slap him down.
Yeah. They used Mundus to stop him down. Yeah, that was my fault. Either way, it was fine. But like, but
yeah, I guess nerd shit. The form where he has like these 6 arms and they spread out like the sun. That's reference to the MC2's actual final boss, which is called Despairing Bodied. So after you beat Argosax Chaos, which is just a blob of all the DMC1 enemies combined, and it's a shitty boss. Yeah. Then he turns into Despairing Bodied. This I can't even call it androgynous because it literally shapeshifts between a man and a woman's body. Yeah. So that's why they would occasionally make references to Argosax having like a male and a female aspect. Just more throwbacks to the game. Also, yeah, so Despairing Bodied has like that flame motif with the wings out. So that was why they visually styled the Argosax that way. But yeah, that's just like nerdy DMC shit. It didn't have any bearing on the show.
Yeah.
But it was interesting tie-in.
Storm, what about you? Just like I know because you never played DMC2 is fine. We haven't played it either.
Bless your heart.
But just from the content of the show, what do you think of Arius as the antagonist for this season?
I thought he was good antagonist. I like his design and like you were saying, like the whole like it's basically just reincarnation after reincarnation after reincarnation.
Mm-hmm.
I like that part. Again, like you said, he was. It story wise, it has to happen where like he has to be like essentially as powerful as Dante. Like they should have had something where like he had some sort of like blood of some, like make him something like he has some sort of like blood from the demon that he becomes.
Yeah,
like because otherwise it's like he's too powerful for like it's like you said, it's just trust me, that's how powerful he is. It's like, and I don't know what abilities like it really was. It was just whatever magic he was using or whatever.
Yeah, and he was using cybernetics too as well because he's also with Ouroboros, the company that and reporting.com. It's very like cyborg like type deal. Like
can we touch on that for a brief second?
Yeah.
So he loses the arm to Vergil.
Yeah,
and he gets a cybernetic arm, and it does nothing. It has no bearing on the story.
Yeah, because he then
wants to block Yamato, and then nothing happens.
He then switches over to the demon body like almost immediately.
Yeah. It was so pointless.
It was pointless, and they dedicated like a long amount, like a long scene of him like
half an episode.
Yeah.
What?
Of him getting up. Like,
you're telling me they gave a villain a cybernetic arm and they didn't even use it as a chance to introduce, like, I don't know, Nico?
Nope.
No.
You know the one character who's known for making cybernetic arms.
Well, her grandmother's in the show.
Bro.
Well, they introduced Nell. Nell. Yeah, Nell's in the show, and yeah, she's like, so Nico would be a child at this point. I don't even know if she.
Maybe that's how they'll.
Who cares, dude? They're changing so much about the show. Why can't we have a child who makes robot arms? Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Nell's like, I don't do cybernetic arms. That's my granddaughter. And then like a fucking 8-year-old fucking comes out and makes a robot arm for this giant demon dude. Wouldn't that be like, oh shit, wait. This show's actually cool.
We get a different 8-year-old. This 8-year-old makes costumes, and she fixes Mary's look.
Yeah.
All right, that's a little better.
Yeah.
He's got one good idea so far out of all of these ones.
But like, I'll say this though: the during the fight where Vergil meets Arius, because Ouroboros is the mystery. Like, did Ouroboros do the attack on his home that killed his mother? When he meets Arius, he has the Yamato. Obviously, Dante has the rebellion, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I have one of those." Just drop a giant case, just drops to the ground. It's the fucking Spartan. I'm like, what do you mean this man can just grab the Spartan and just fucking use it?
Yeah.
What's the explanation? I was like, what on earth? Yeah. So it was really, it was just like, listen, he a bad man. Trust me, it's all good. Like,
yep.
It's perfect way to describe it, bro. No, that's literally how it was. But yeah, he was good. He was fine. I liked him.
Yeah, he was fine. Yeah.
I don't need to fact check with the game. I'm never playing that shit again. I'm good. But
I don't think there's much to fact check in that game.
Yeah.
Nothing to fact check. Nothing to fact check. His hair looks legit. Yeah.
He looks like, I don't know. He looks. Isn't he Italian? He looks very Italian. Like, he looks very stereotypical Italian.
He looks like a.
Don't talk about Storm like that. We that meme's so old. He got the Irish tattoo, Mikey. We can't make the joke anymore.
I know.
He looks like a ripoff of Dracula. Now that I'm looking at him,
and especially because he sounds like him. Like, it's like yeah.
They made him look like Dracula. They just designed him like Dracula. They said, "Fuck it, let's just reheat what we did last week."
Yeah, man.
We take those.
Yeah, but all right. So this last one, this one's kind of brief, but Mundus by Ray Chase. Seamus, remind me of Ray Chase because I know that name. I like that.
Wait, Ray Chase is Mundus in this fucking show?
Yes, he is.
Wait, he is?
Yeah, I think he is. I looked it up just to be sure.
Let me. Wait,
Just verify.
I have-
Just verify.
Yeah, please verify
Not that,
this.
not that I think you're wrong, Mikey.
Yeah.
but I just.
I'm
No, 'cause,
just
like,
shocked.
I googled. I just literally googled like I voice noted like, oh, who's the voice of Mundus in Devil May Cry 2? And it said Ray Chase. Like that was the AI overview, so I could be wrong. So like,
We're
like,
peeping this. We're peeping this. I know. I'm shocked. That
Yeah,
if they
Seamus.
got Ray Chase's buttons.
They got both of them, Seamus? They got both of them?
I was gonna say, because they had. I know they had Ray Trace and Robbie Daymond last season, but they were both. Ray Chase was Rudra and Robbie Daymond was Knight, because they were both like the random
yeah.
demon. Oh yeah. He is. There you go.
All right,
He is. He's still in it. I thought
He
he would
sounded
have. I
good.
thought he would have tapped it out after the last season, but
Yeah.
Too much
He's
money.
in a lot
too much
of
money
anime,
being
but
tossed around.
he's
yeah, he's in.
He's Cyclops.
Mikey, you would know him as Cyclops.
He's
yeah.
Cyclops, right? Like
yes,
he's
he's Cyclops in the '97 show.
Yeah, because I remember that was a big thing that we were saying that like, oh, like
Yeah.
this guy's gonna do a great job replacing the previous Cyclops' voice acting. Like, I thought the voice for Mundus was good in this. Ray Chase did his
Yeah,
thing.
Mundus was solid. I think even as a character, Mundus was pretty good. So my biggest issue with Mundus is that he's fucking named Mundus. His name is Mundus. We only started calling him Mundus for the reboot.
The DMC game.
Yeah. So them keeping Mundus as with the pronunciation is fucking annoying. I hate that. But otherwise, I think he was a solid character. I really liked. I didn't really like his adjusted origin. I thought it fit the show quite well. So for Seamus's benefit, in the games, Mundus and Argosax were basically like two high-ranking demons. And the way the demon world works is that, like high-ranking demons can fight, and whoever wins, they'll like take the other's territory. So Mundus and Argosax were essentially like evenly matched in the lore of the games, and then Mundus was able to obtain the fruit of the Clayfoff tree from the MC5, and that's how he became the King of Hell in the games. In this, he wasn't that. Argosax was the undisputed King of Hell, the god of chaos.
He was the Satan. He was like the shit. Yeah.
And Mundus was one of his acolytes. He was like a priest, and he got together with a bunch of other demons and betrayed Argosax and killed him, like stabbed him in the back. And then he took over as the ruling person. Then he became the most powerful King of Hell being. So I think that was interesting. I don't think it was better than the game, but I do think it was fine. I liked his and he seemed like a real ruler in this. Like he had a court, he had generals, he had a vision, he has an idea of how Mikey should work. So he's definitely more of a fleshed out character than Mundus in the games. Yeah. So I liked him. I liked him overall. I think he was really good, and I think his motivations were like very sensible and very reasonable. So like him kidnapping Vergil and brainwashing him was like very, very well thought out. It was premeditated. Mm-hmm. They portray his clash with Sparta in a way that is, it plays out well. I think overall he was well written. I have no beef with him, barring his stupid pronunciation of his name. Yeah. And him once again trying to character assassinate my boy. Please just let Sparta be a hero. Yeah. Adi Shankar cannot.
No, they keep like the changes where it's like no, Sparta was like a.
Yeah, like he does the thing where like how in the game like Sparta was just like the good demon that actually cared for humanity and wanted to separate humanity from the demon world. In this one, he kind of does a manipulation with Vergil and with Dante, where it's like, oh no, your father literally he's still my guy. He's still working. He's still doing my fucking bidding. Like he just separated the human world and the demon world just for his own good, not just for his own good conscience, just so he could be my op in the human world. And it's like, I don't like that at all. Thanks for reminding me of that. I forgot about that shit because like I don't like that. They're just trying to make Sparta not a good guy. Yeah, but to be fair, Mundus could just be fucking lying. He could just be.
I was gonna say the coolest thing they could do is if Mundus is lying because Sparta's like his slave that he has working for him in Sparta, And then wouldn't it be cool if then Sparta was like in the Vergil role from DMC1, where Sparta was the slave who was doing all the stuff, and Vergil and Dante both had to like save their dad and shit? That would be cool. But I don't think Adi Shankar's going to do that. He might be pulling the trigger.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Adi Shankar can't do that. He's probably going to actually make Sparta a villain because he's going to be like, no, it's so cool because their dad's a villain and they have to fight their dad at the end and they have to work together.
Yeah, I'm sure
Sparta's
going to show me he's just going to be
the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
And it was a wild ass tape because like I remember Mundus at one point, one of his points when he was explaining like, oh, like these are your father's true intentions. Like, guys, listen, like this man was an absentee dad. He didn't give a fuck about y'all. He just had y'all and left. Of course, he was still working for me. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah. He was like, I don't know anything about
yeah, in the
but
game,
I bet
the
she
dude,
was hot as shit.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, at least in the game, he
smashed and
stays, he raises them, and then he dies, and you're like, respectable dad. You know, he stayed, he raised his kids, and he fucking croaked. God bless him.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, he just hit it and quit it, and like that was it.
Yep.
It was like,
well, because I like how in the games Sparta's more portrayed as like John Marston. Like when John Marston's at the end of Red Dead, and like he's like a legendary outlaw, but like still the law comes for him at the end, and you're like, damn, like that's what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be Sparta try to get out, but the world's so corrupt it killed him still. But now it's like no, he was corrupt too. Everyone's corrupt, and it's like, okay, that would be cool if you could somehow weave that into the thematic plot of the show. But like, there is no thematic plot of the show. You're just doing this as like it's a cheap pop. It's just like a change to get you to be shocked and be like, whoa, what? And then like, there's gonna be like, there's not. The only follow-up there's going to be is there might be a cool fight, and that's it. And I'm like, okay, but like, I could go make my own cool fight in the games right now. So like, why would I sit here and have to deal with this bullshit?
Yeah, it's very silly. So Mundus's his version of what happened was that he accepts that he kind of went off the rails a bit. So Mundus was starting to like get fearful of what happened to Argus that's happening to him. So he started to like go after other powerful demons and kill them. And Sparta realized that Mundus was deviating from his own original vision. So Sparta fought Mundus to stop him from becoming someone that he would despise himself. And when so basically they battled to a standstill, and to prevent Mundus from like going into the human world and like really corrupting his vision of what the demon world should be, Sparta separated the demon world from the human world, not to protect the human world from Mundus, but to avoid, like, just to stop Mundus and extract and like make him think about what he was doing. So Mundus is like, yeah, Sparta really did me a favor by fighting me, and I've seen the error of my ways, and I'm changed, and I'm good now. So don't worry about that. You should just both, speaking to Dante and Vergil, you should both come and work for me. Because before your dad had to stop me, which I appreciate, he was also working for me, so it's fine. Yeah, and I'm just like,
I see. You know what would be cool? I was gonna say, if you really want to change Sparta, if you really have to like, if you have a hard on for changing Sparta and making him like whatever, then you know what you do? All you do is you just go, okay, just make Sparta and Mundus brothers, and Mundus was Vergil and Sparta was Dante, and they did DMC3 except Vergil won, and he became all-powerful and rules the demon realm, and now he wants to conquer humanity. And you know what I mean? And just do that. And just be like, that's our big change. It's like, oh, they were brothers and they went through the same thing. And then at least that you'd be like, okay, that ties into some kind of character arc I'm about to see. I can feel that. You know what I mean? I'm going to pay off. But like, I don't know. This doesn't seem... this isn't as egregious as a change as some of the other stuff they changed in the show.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible.
Like,
it wasn't
bad.
It was just Adi Shankar trying to shit on Sparta as usual. But like we said, there's always a chance that
it just makes it less interesting because you're prepared. Because like I like the idea that in the games, Mundus and the other demon lords are all just like glorified gangs. Like they're not. They have no real rhyme or reason to them. They're just like roaming bands of like psychos, and that they have like, and the idea that they have no age, like you don't know how long they've been fighting each other for territory. They've just been doing it since the dawn of time. I think that's interesting to me. But I think as soon as you like As soon as you like make it so that way, then Mundus is like, no, he was a priest at some point, because then that ages him, and then you're like, okay, I don't ever want to think there's a point where Mundus was born, and then he was a young person, and then he grew up under, and you know what I mean? I want Mundus to be Mundus from the point that the universe was created. Like, he is an all-seeing evil that has been here since we have existed. Like, that's more interesting to me than like, nah, dude, he was a guy at one point. Because you're like, no, it's the same thing as like
a dude.
Yeah,
I'm saying it's the same thing as like whenever they try to make Darkseid a guy, and you're like, no, that's like the personification of evil. That's not a dude you can just have in your world. That guy's like Sauron. You know what I mean?
Mundus is one of a species of people who look just like him. So there's like a set of demons that are like statues
that look like him.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. And all the leaders of demonkind should just be Sauron, where like they are in the games, where they're just like a floating, disembodied force of evil that manipulates other people into doing the worst. Which is what he was doing to Vergil. Which is what's far more interesting, because you're like, oh. Vergil isn't technically Vergil technically isn't being controlled by another guy. He's being controlled by the forces of evil itself, and Dante has to save his brother from being like seduced by the forces of evil. It's everything that you love from all the good stuff you love that Adi Shankar looked at and went, nah. You know what I mean? Like, oh, cool, Anakin getting seduced by the dark side in Star Wars. That's cool. What if we changed it so that way the Force was actually a dude? And the dude actually grew up at one point. And you're like, no, that's stupid. Why would I want to watch that?
Oh, man.
Well, we should point out that much like Arius from DMC2, whereas Mundus is like way more pivotal and much more established of like a driving force of the lore in the games.
Yeah.
As a character, Mundus does jack shit in DMC1.
Yeah.
Like, dude gets like 8 minutes of screen time, and he's just, like Seamus says, a looming 3 eyeballs of evil. He's not really like a person.
He's not a
person. And that's what works, is because he is the looming, because the real threat is Neo Angelo, who then you find out is your brother who has been seduced by the dark side, that you're like, oh shit, that's like, this whole time I've been fighting my brother and I didn't even know it, because evil has corrupted him to the point that he's unrecognizable at this point. And you're like, that's supposed to be like the big tragic climax of the game, where you're like, fuck, man, like, but instead it's like, it's kind of all undercut because they are so focused on like changing everything and doing their own lore that they're forgetting, like, hey, there were reasons that they did that stuff in the original games. Like, they had thought through why they wanted certain charters to do.
They can only forget it if they knew it in the first place. I remember Adi Shankar did not.
Exactly.
He did not really play the games.
Exactly.
Definitely not.
But yeah, we gotta move on real quick. But yeah, I got nothing to say on Mundus. Thought it was fine.
Yeah, overall, I like Mundus though. I liked him.
But I didn't think that was super smart of them. Like, oh wait, we can't defeat Arkazax on our own. Let's just open the demon rift long enough so we can.
Just let Mundus fuck him up. Yeah.
They used Mundus as a weapon. That was really fun.
That was great.
And we'll talk more about like Mundus, like in theories. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Storm, I'm not going to ask you because like you're just like, you know.
Yeah, I don't got much really on him.
It's all good, buddy. It's all good.
So.
You got a lot of good shit in store when you start playing these games.
I know. The biggest takeaway from this review, bro, is that you should grow up and start playing these games.
Storm, lock in,
bro.
That's right. At least play 3 and 4. One is going to be rough. You're gonna struggle with 1, but play 3 and 4.
Well, I mean, at this point, you're gonna get 3 and 4 anyway, because the only way you can get 3 is through like the 3-pack where you get 1, 2, and 3. So.
Oh, true. Yeah. But they're always like $5. They're always on sale.
Yeah.
But
I'll buy it for you right after the show. I will give you the money to buy.
But yeah, real quick. So we'll go into theories right quick. We'll just breeze right through them because I don't really have much. But we know the third season.
And I already said it.
Yeah, but we know the third season.
I hate it. Anyway. I hate it so much.
We all hate it, but we know it's probably gonna happen.
I was gonna say, Storm, that is the worst thing you've ever said to me, and it also might be the most correct thing.
I know.
Like, it's going to happen. I'm going to be like,
because I love Nero so much. He's my favorite.
He's literally like my favorite character.
Of Dante and Lady, I am rage quitting this show. I will not watch any more of it.
Yeah. But real quick, just want to say just real quick, the Jester, I would assume, because at the end of the show, Mary goes off into the distance, be like, yeah, I'm gonna go after my father and kill him. So like, father is Jester, so I feel like it's going to be more of like, okay, this is like a little aspect of DMC3 that they're going to be exploring for like next season, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think that's a fair shot.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to say on that. It's like, okay, yeah, that's cool. They're going more in the DMC2 direction. Her going after her father. Dante's probably going to chase after her. That's cool. Like that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. They're. I was gonna say they're totally gonna copy. They're totally gonna copy Castlevania, where this third season is going to be DMC3, and then in 2 years when the next season comes out, it's going to be retitled something, and it's going to star Nero, and they're going to do.
It's going to be. Yeah, I was thinking like if they're gonna do Nero, it's going to be like Castlevania, like Nocturne. It's going to be like a spin-off. Like, you know,
it's gonna, and then that's where we're gonna find out that Storm was right, and it's gonna be like a payoff where Storm said this now, and in like 3 years he's gonna be right, and I'm gonna be like
literally, okay, like I don't condone violence, but like if that happens,
Storm, watch out!
I wouldn't be not the Storm, but like Storm's fine. He's an innocent baby, he's fine. But like I
think if it actually happens, Seamus is gonna come to my house and castrate me.
I mean, well,
no, I would like push you over a little bit, but I know you're the messenger. It's not your fault, but you did. You did say those words to me, so it is.
But I feel like
you could have been quiet.
If Storm is right, and Adi Shankar does that, I think Adi Shankar's gonna have a bounty upon his head. Like I feel like he's gonna have to like really like watch over his shoulders for the rest of his life. Like there will be attempts on his life if that happens, because that is ridiculous. Like I know.
I know. I don't think so. You know why? Because there's a coalition of idiots who've never played Devil May Cry that love this show for some reason, which astounds me because this show, even as like a non-Devil May Cry fan, is so like fine. You know what I mean? The show's fine as a non-Devil May Cry fan that I don't understand why certain people are so riding for it, other than the idea that they've never played the games and they want to act like they played the games, so they just love the show.
Yeah, I think no, they just get to be part of the club without actually putting in the effort of playing the games.
Exactly.
But that said, I do think that if someone says to me that they genuinely like season 2, I don't automatically think they're an idiot. I think
I'm not gonna think they're lost.
With people who have a brain.
Yeah. But real quick. Saying over here that from what I saw from season 3, it's supposed to be the final season. Yeah, Adi Shankar confirmed it's gonna be the last season.
That's what they said. That's what they said about Castlevania, where they were like, "Yeah, this is the final season of Castlevania," and then Nocturne came out, and there was a time skip where it was like 20, 30 years later, and it was about,
So if season 3 is the last season, they have to kill Mundus.
Yeah, I would assume so. But again, like he doesn't read or play the game, so he might let him live. Like, you know, like you say he has these things, but like knowing Adi Shankar, he's probably not gonna do the thing that you want him to do.
That is funny as shit.
But yeah, so the Jester, I don't think like, they're going more in DMC3 direction. That makes sense. The next one real quick which is one most intriguing part of next season, is the ending where Vergil decides to, separate from Dante, leave Dante in the human world. Vergil goes back to the demon world to pretty much 1v1 Mundus on his own so that he can kill him and take over Mikey for himself. Which I thought was like, yes. like, yes, I'm here for it. Like
Vergil 100% gets washed. We know this.
Yeah.
We've seen this before, but I don't understand why they didn't just save Neo Angelo the next season and then do it after this, so that way it could at least.
Neo Angelo would have made much more sense in season 3, and then we could do a hybrid of of DMC 1 and 3.
Yeah,
right. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
If only Adi Shankar had played the games, that would have been sick.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Rob, we should just write this next season. We got this.
We got it.
We got
it.
And it would be funny with just like it's the three of us and just Storm is just there, just being like, I know nothing, but I will add things on for both.
Storm's sitting there on his phone, and then as soon as we get to DMC at 5, he like sits up like the Undertaker.
Yeah.
I'm here.
But yeah, I thought this arc,
so have I.
I thought this arc Vergil was like, oh shit, yeah. Vergil's like, yeah, absolute power. He's like the best way for Mikey to be free is for me to kill Mundus and for me to rule Mikey. Will he get washed? Most 100% he probably will, but like we'll see how it goes. I thought it was a really interesting arc for Vergil to take from this.
Hear me out.
What's up?
What if Vergil wins and season 3 is a hybrid of DMC 3 and DMC 5?
See that
we
again?
could see Demon Lord Vergil.
I was gonna say, interesting as fuck. I don't think Adi Shankar knows what the number 5 is.
Never gonna happen.
So you think like, if Vergil defeats Mundus and becomes the new demon lord, he's gonna pretty much be like Urizen.
He can be Urizen,
like,
yeah.
I like that. That's sick.
Yes. And you combine the Quilipaloff tree with Temini Gru.
Yeah,
it's like the Tower of Temini Gru is in the human side, and then the Quilipaloff tree is in the demon realm at the same time.
Yeah. And the thing is,
Arkham has to make the penis joke though. If he doesn't make the penis joke,
keep the penis jokes in this bitch.
You gotta keep the penis joke. Yeah.
And Roun and Seamus, Himitsu Hunter saying he's like I don't hate that idea, but Adi won't do it.
No, he absolutely
that's what we keep saying. We're like, we don't. These ideas aren't our best, but they're like best case scenario, but they still are not going to be like. We got to start thinking worst case scenario. You know what I mean? We got to start. We got to start sounding.
Already done that.
And then, but yeah, so I like this setup. I mean, our idea is like that's where it should go. I love that, but he won't do it. But so we'll see where it goes. But I love the fact like Vergil's like, listen, I still don't want to. I still want to be strong. I don't want to be ever again. So I'm just gonna rule the fucking demon into his place. Like that, I think is like interesting. But
Vergil loses, and he discovers that Mundus and Sparta are actually the same person, and Sparta was just Mundus. Mundus was just a name Sparta used to conquer the demon realm, and then he changed his name to Sparta because he didn't want anyone else to know he was about to conquer humanity, which is against the other demons' rules. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that suck ass? Wouldn't that be the worst?
Terrible. That would be so bad. And then the last thing, just to move on, the last thing I'm gonna say that I got is just to see Trish. Like, will Trish be introduced next season since it's the last one?
No, dude, don't introduce her. Leave her be. If she escapes this like scot free, I will be so.
I'm just saying, like
yes.
I agree with Seamus. I love Trish so much. Just leave her out of this.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it'll be. I mean, like I wouldn't want Trish to show up either because I also love Trish as a character. But like, Adi zig. I'm like Adi. We zag while Adi like we zig while Adi Shankar zags. So who fucking introduce her shit just to ruin her? Like I wouldn't be surprised.
Come on, everyone else is getting ruined. If Trish can make it out, I'll be like, all right, I have one thing left that's sacred. I have one.
You say, why would you put that out into the world, Seamus? Your idea of
I was gonna say that's not nearly half as bad as Storm saying that Hero is going to be their kid.
Yeah, that is egregious.
That's both Storm. That was a generational shout because it's both totally bad and also totally what's going to happen. And I can't believe you said that because it's so true.
And she's also saying as well, she's like, that Trish will not be left out. Like, I don't think she will because
stop it. Let me have hope. Let me have some fucking hope. God damn.
Yeah, let me have hope.
I've sat there 2 hours in this hot ass sticky room talking about this shit TV show. Let me at least have a moment of going, you know what? My girl's gonna make it out, and I'm gonna be okay.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Trish is gonna be in season 3. She's going to just be a plasma, and the whole arc is that devils never cry, so the plasma will cry, and then she'll be a real girl. She'll be Trish. We did it, boys. We did it.
We did it. We did it.
Plot twist.
We're gonna do Pinocchio for season 3.
Wait, say that again, Storm?
I said plot twist. They're gonna make her their sister instead.
I'm leaving.
That's equally as bad. But like, here's the thing: if they make her sister, her like secret sister that looks like their mom, I think that's not as creatively bankrupt of an idea as some of the others we've thrown out there. And again, if Adi Shankar wasn't writing this, that actually might turn out to be like a somewhat halfway interesting idea. But like, Adi Shankar is, so he'd use it to be like, oh, I'm attracted to my mom/sister. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, dog.
He already put himself in as Magneto in X.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm ready. I'm sorry. But all right, that's all I got. Any other what the hope to expect, but yeah, could just play by next season. But you know what?
I don't know.
I just want to talk
Netflix
about the
is
tweets already, man.
All right, we'll do the tweets. All right, so we'll just move on. All right, so this segment is actually a special one because, like, this is now the one we're all waiting for, the infamous tweets that came out today. Rowan, are you familiar with these at all?
I am not, so I'll be
okay. Well, first off, this is.
Do you want me to read it out? The second one that he posted.
Well, I have the post, Seamus. Let me get to the post. Real quick. Yo, she's funny, yo. She said, "Hope is not for y'all. Hope is a whole nother country from where y'all stand." I'm like, okay. I mean, yeah. But I like to call this segment Adi needs to stop, cause I literally was like when I saw this post that he posted on social media on the Netflix page, and Seamus told me to tweet, I was like, Adi, all you need to do was just shut the fuck up. That's all you need to do. Like you did your thing. Good for you. It's mixed reviews. We may or may not have enjoyed it. Whatever. That's it. You could just shut up. That's it. That's all you had to do. Shut up. All right. So this is the post that this man put out, and I have the slide. All right. I will read it. All right. So this man says, this is the official on the Netflix Geek Netflix account. Said, and I quote, "For those of you who have been paying attention to the episode names, I have been showing you the structure of the show the entire time. This was always Dante's divine comedy with guns and a red coat. Season 1 was Inferno. Season 2 was Purgatorio. Season 3 will be Paradiso. These 3 seasons make up the Force Edge Saga, which he likes to call it. The Force Edge Saga. Since inception, the Force Edge Saga was designed as a movie trilogy disguised as a television series." And that's it. Adi Shankar, creator, showrunner. And this was the part where I was like, bro, I don't want, what is this Kanye shit? Like, I'm a visionary. I'm a genius. See this? I was leaving breadcrumbs and stuff, and y'all were just, some of y'all noticed it, but bro, stop.
Yeah, read out the actual tweet, please, dude.
You can read it out. If you want to, but you can read it out.
You didn't read the part where he was talking about how he was a visionary. Kanye West one?
This is the post. The tweet. I do not. You have the tweet, bro. You can read out.
Well, that's what I was asking you a second ago, and you told me no, you had it.
No, I said I had the post.
Okay, I'm reading the tweet. I'm reading the tweet now.
Yeah, no, there's another one, right?
Yeah.
The tweet he said. The tweet. This is Roun. You better sit down.
Yeah, you better buckle your seatbelt, bro.
But you gotta sit down again. You gotta sit down again.
Go on.
He said this. He goes, "The success of Devil May Cry Season 1 and 2 has clarified something most people suspected. Some people feared, and a few trolls still emotionally are negotiating with. Adi Shankar is a generational talent. I am a generational talent in the measurable sense." I like how he says measurable sense and not immeasurable. You could totally measure my success. It's not unfathomable how much success. He's an idiot. In the Adi Shankar can take a globally beloved video game franchise, metabolize 20 plus years of iconography, preserve its soul, rearrange its body, expand its audience, trigger its purists, convert its skeptics, and still make the algorithm bend the knee sense. The Devil May Cry anime wiped the floor with true. The Devil May Cry anime wiped the floor with AAA IP adaptations with millions of dollars in marketing. I am a ratings god, 2 seasons in a row. I set out to make American animation cool. I set out to expand the footprint of Devil May Cry by orders of magnitude so there can be more of it. I set out to prove adaptations do not have to be flavorless corporate sludge assembled in a content factory by emotionally vacant brand managers who secretly loathe the source material. And then he goes, mission accomplished, with 3 thumbs ups. And then the rest of the tweet is this announcement that he typed out and then also posted the picture beneath it. So this announcement's on there 3 times. And then he says also, he adds this where he goes, one last thing. 3 is not going to be a normal 3rd season of a TV show. With season 3, I'm doing something very different. I'm crafting a blueprint for how this game is won. See you all in paradise. Like, dude, you want to talk about the dumbest things I've ever had to read in my life.
And Seamus, real quick. Himitsu Hunter comment, this is the perfect comment that describes this whole fucking thing.
Oh.
What the fuck is this shit? Is he trolling? He's gotta be trolling.
No, dude. He's one of those, you know those, for someone who watches a lot of anime, he sure is one of those dudes in anime who's like, yes, I am one of those guys. And you're like, oh no, dude. I thought you watched anime. Aren't you supposed to not be that guy?
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, he's like, that's the thing, like, you think he should, but he's being serious. Like, he is being serious. What did I text you, Seamus? I'm gonna read it because, like,
read it out.
It was the perfect, because I'm trying to remember it, but I'm like, I said this to Storm and Roman. I said this to Seamus, and I quote, "This seems like some pretentious Kanye shit. I really doubt that the people he's claiming to have predicted his grandiose vision didn't actually predict anything. In fact, I don't think these people actually exist. He's making shit up to boost his ego, to make it seem like he's a one of a kind genius storyteller. Like, no one gives a shit, dude. You made a decent season 1 and a decently better season 2. Just shut the fuck up." That's it. That's how I feel. He did not need to do this.
Also, I already know the answer to this, but obviously, I don't think correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Adi Shankar's read the Divine Comedy before.
Yeah, well,
Call me crazy, but
he's not played Devil May Cry, so
I don't think he's read this book before.
Oh,
I don't think
shit.
he owns the fucking book. I don't think he knows what's going on, because if you read the Divine Comedy, it's fan fiction. The Divine Comedy as a book was written as fan fiction because Dante Alighieri liked the author Vergil so much. He was like, oh dude, what if I died, and when I died, Vergil was guiding me through the afterlife as some kind of cool, like, and what he mostly sets out to do in that story that he's writing for, that eventually became Dante's Inferno, was like just like a story about the soul's salvation through God, and how Dante travels through heaven, hell, and purgatory, and his soul is saved after death, because then at the end he believes in God because his favorite author Vergil's there, and he's like, dude, I love God too. And it's just fan fiction talking about, it's like Christianity fan fiction, and like I like it because it's like a historical text that's interesting, but like as the basis for your Devil May Cry adaptation, like, it doesn't work at all, because none of these characters can slot into any of these themes that the Divine Comedy tries to touch on, because the Divine Comedy mostly tries to touch on like post-death judgment and soul reclamation after you die, and how Christianity is really the only way you can reclaim your soul after you die, because like the whole point of Beatrice in the Divine Comedy is like she didn't believe in Christianity, so her soul's damned, and that's it. You know what I mean? And then of course, Dante's Inferno, the readaptation, the movie and the game that came out in like 2009, kind of recontextualizes this.
That's my only knowledge of the Divine Comedy is from that.
That's way different, where it's like they try to put it more into a story where it's about the 9 circles of hell, Dante braving the 9 circles of hell to try to save his Beatrice's soul from damnation. Honestly, a little more interesting than the original novel, because the original novel's kind of trite. I got this edition though has a lot of discussions on like the wider historical implications, which is why I read it, and it was super interesting. But like Adi Shankar is not going to know any of this remotely. I don't think he's even going to know about the 2009 adaptation. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he just knows that Dante is the Divine Comedy, and that's it. And I think it's gonna be a rough ride next season.
Yeah, just to move on, just so we can finish it off. Like, I really hope next season crashes and burns after this. Like this was like why? Like no one asked for this shit. Like no one asked for this shit, bro. It really pissed me off. I was like the ego on this man is ridiculous. I was like. No one was out here thinking this was a visionary thing, bro. I'm sorry. Like, no one. Like we're not. Again, you made a decent thing. You made a decent adaptation, like which had a lot of problems and isn't up to par with a lot of fans, which is like, but like you did your thing, bro. All you had to do was just shut the fuck up, do the last season, and then just move on. And then I was like, oh, it's like, oh, dude, like who, oh, God. But yeah, man, Adi, bro, you need help. Like you need help. Like
Adi Shankar is clearly a.
You know what's so funny too? I watched I saw He-Man yesterday. And
Yeah.
it literally, like, it kind of does everything DMC does, where it, like, changes a lot of the stuff and all that, whatever. But it does it in, like, a tongue-in-cheek way and also a way that serves its themes. And that's why everyone in the theater was, like, yelling during it, because it was so fun. But, like, this felt like I was getting, like... It felt like I was getting made fun of for liking Devil May Cry. It felt like it was, like, one big joke of, like, haha, you like Devil May Cry and I'm one of your... Like, Adi Shankar, like, it's a joke where, like, oh, God forbid I ever like Devil May Cry because now I have to associate with Adi Shankar. Like that sucks.
But yeah, man. So we just want to add that bit. It was just like it just came out today.
Mikey, pull up the Trump picture again.
No, I'm not. I don't want to do that, bro.
Yeah, fuck this baby.
My night was already ruined after reading this shit. But yeah, man. So we'll just move on. So we'll just do real quick, like final thoughts. I know me and Rowan kind of gave ours already. I know Rowan, you said it was a 7.5. I said or 7.5. I'm like the same as you.
Yeah,
like
7.5.
Storm, what about you? What would you give this show out of 10?
Yeah, that sounds about right. 7.5. Like
Right.
it was good. Again, with mostly not looking at it from someone who knows at least a little bit about DMC. That's
Yeah.
And I feel like that's even from that point of view. And then I feel like maybe as like knowing stuff about DMC, I feel like that's giving it the benefit of the doubt with that score.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Seamus, I mean, should we even
two
ask?
episodes.
Yeah, should we even ask?
What do you give out of 10, Seamus? Out of 10. Out of 10.
You know,
Oh,
we all know.
Oh man. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I gotta say on it. Next season will happen, and will we do a review for it? I don't think so.
Yes, we will. We'll yell.
Yes, we will.
We'll get on here, and we're gonna bitch about the same thing, and I'm not gonna watch it, and you're gonna tell me all the shit that happened, and I'm gonna be like, "Yep, see what I said."
We're gonna get on here and talk about how Adi Shankar was a visionary and how he really saved the DMC.
Yeah,
franchise.
how
he's so amazing.
Yeah, and how everyone.
I was gonna say he's talking about saving DMC, and it's like, okay, dude, if you really saved DMC, where's 6? Why haven't they announced
We're
6?
DMC 6.
If you made DMC so popular, where the fuck is 6?
Yeah. Aren't they working on a remake of 3 though? 3 or 1?
They ain't doing shit with DMC
Nothing
right now.
nothing being
There
announced
hasn't even been
officially.
any
I
announcement.
thought there was an announcement for a remake, or maybe it was a rumor. Never mind.
Nah, there have been rumors, but there's nothing official.
Okay. All right, fair enough. All right. Well, I mean, that's pretty much it. So thanks for everyone who are watching this or will watch this. We appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when we drop new content. Please put on the comments down below. What do you think of Devil May Cry Season 2? Are you all right? You okay? You need help? Just let us know in the comments what you thought. Rowan, thanks again for joining us, bro. We appreciate you as always. Again, always welcome back anytime. I feel like if we do the next season, it's the next time you'll come back. Like anytime,
Probably.
every time we do Devil May Cry, we're just gonna bring you back. But honestly, maybe you ever want to come on, bro. You're more than welcome to. Storm, thank you again as well, bro. I know you came a little late, but I know honestly, like we're smoking that next pack right now, bro. So it's great. Like that's the reason why you're in here, bro. So we just gush how we're about to fucking sweep this season. I know, Rowan. We're dumb Americans.
We'll become Gotham.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're gonna burn that fucking city to the ground. It's gonna be great. Rowan, Storm, you want to plug anything at all? Rowan, where can they find you on IG, socials at all?
Hit me up on IG, Art of Roun. I do illustrations. I've not posted anything in a hot minute, but
It's fine.
people have been bullying me to start back drawing, so
You
you
should.
see something there. Yeah, so just IG, Art of Roun. Hit me up.
Storm, what about you?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, you're chilling. But
Yeah.
Plug your hinge.
plug your hand.
Plug your
Yeah,
hinge
you
on
should.
the-
Listen, bro. You never know. You never
You
know.
never know.
You never know,
Yeah,
man.
find me on Hinge. I'm in New York. Just set your location in New York.
Anytime you're in New York or anytime you're in the city, in New York City, just look out for him on Hinge, guys. But yeah, for everyone to say, please, if you are new to us or are a part of us for a while, appreciate y'all. Just check out all the content, the After Darks, the clips I've been dropping. Me and Jimmy did an amazing clip that I'm really proud of us dissecting the Punisher and why he's a problem and not a hero. Fantastic. Our Daredevil review, our Punisher review. We have a lot of shit on our channel, guys. Come on, we put a lot of hard work in what we do. Please just watch it. It'd be nice. It'd be nice. So once we get to 500 subscribers, we've peaked. We've made it. We'll stop.
You can even hit mute and just put it on the background, please.
Honestly, yeah. Just let it feed. It's all good. But as always, people, get home safe. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Why the last man, Seamus? We're gonna be back. We promise. We'll be back.
Yes, sir.
We'll try. And as always, get home safe, and we'll catch y'all next time. All right. Peace.
Peace.